Good evening, everyone, and welcome to JT Flaherty Field in McSherrystown. It is pregame for the 2020 PIAA District 3 M&T Bank Class 1A Football Championship tonight between the Steelton-Highspire Steamrollers and the Delone Catholic Squires. I'm Eric Lawrence in here with Tony Weaver. George Niederer did the heavy lifting to get us to this point. Now he's out trying to bag some game in Maine this weekend, so I had to come out of retirement, and I'm happy to be here with you, Tony. It should be a really exciting night here.
Yeah, first of all, I want to say thank you to George for he really wanted to be here. He had this plan for 6 months. So, George, I know you can't hear me, but when you watch this in the replay, we miss you here tonight.
Absolutely. He's, getting to listen to you guys. I learn something new every week. Really excited to welcome in everybody watching around the region, across the country, around the world, welcoming in our Delone Catholic friends, family, alumni, Steelton-Highspire fans, and just those high school football fans from around District 3 that are tuning in for the district championship game tonight.
Yeah, they have a heck of a game tonight. 6-0 Delone Catholic and 5-0 Steel High. Steel High has outstanding talent on the field, guys that are being looked at by major colleges. Delone has the grit and determination of winning their toughest 3 games on the road away from JT Flaherty Field here this year. One of the things we want to point out that is this will be a very tough game tonight, but big rewards for the winner. Not only do they get the district gold medal, they get to host whoever wins the first state game next week against the winner of District 4. So a lot of things up in the air tonight here.
Yeah, the PIAA came out with that, I think, Wednesday of this week, that due to COVID and, so many places not wanting to bring in people from outside their own communities, neutral site games aren't going to happen. So it's going to be home site games until the semifinals, and then the championship games will be, as usual, at Hershey Park Stadium. So, it's crazy to think about. And I said to you off the air, never did I think I'd see a district championship game at JT Flaherty Field, but here we are.
Here we are, and both teams really deserve this honor, because it like the other brackets there, this team had to win, this team had to lose. Both these teams went out and won all their games. There's no doubt they belong here, and tonight you'll see why. Steel High unleashes an offense that is averaging 52 points a game. Delone's defense is averaging under 7 a game, so something's got to give. Now, Delone's offense is no slouch either. They're putting up, I think your stats said 39 to 40.
Yeah.
40 a game, and Steel High gives up a little more than that, but a lot of times Steel High's games have been out of reach pretty early.
Yeah, what a contrast in styles, too. I mean, you're talking about the high-flying aerial attack coming from Steelton-Highspire, and more of a grounded out and get a bunch of running backs involved. I mean, obviously this year it's been more reliant on Tate Niederer than it's been in years past, but Corey Hefner and Michael O'Brien and some of these other guys getting into it for the Squires as well, kind of distributing the ball and running for big yards.
Yeah, you talk about the Squire running game, you have to talk about Tate Niederer. However, you also have to give that offensive line a lot of credit. George Niederer was here. He sings the praises of the offensive line like he's saying a rosary. I mean, these people, they're just, he gives them all the credit in the world, and they deserve it. They had one starter back, Nick Groff, 6'2", 250. Other than that, all these guys are new. They have 2 sophomore starters. One is 76 Alex Timmons, who's gelled into probably one of the best offensive linemen in our league. Yeah, and he came into the whole system, 7th and 8th and freshman, as a running back. And Coach Zortman said, look, we need some people on the line of scrimmage. Unselfishly, he steps up, and the offensive line gels. And if anybody saw the last week's Short Catholic game, the ground and pound worked because the offensive line was opening huge holes.
Yeah, I mean, and that was amazing to watch. I mean, very few, I think it was 1 negative yardage play for the Squires that whole game. I mean, a couple of times Tate Niederer got caught in the backfield, but made 2 or 3 yards out of it anyway. And, the offensive line just took it to York Catholic last week.
And a lot of these guys, of course, we're A schools, so you're going to see that. But a lot of these guys in the offensive line also play the defensive line. And Delone's defensive line held their own against Kaiser, the Kaiser, the leading rusher in the YAIA for York Catholic, they gave him, what was it, 87 yards and 16 or 17 carries, but one of them was a big 20-yard gainer. So other than that, they kept him in check pretty well. And a lot of it goes to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and and really good patience from Tate Nieder and the other backs. I mean, Tate did this 5, 6, 8, 10, 12 yards at a time. I mean, I think he had 3 carries over 20 yards, but it wasn't any of these big outliers, the 60, 70, 80 yards that artificially inflates your totals. It was 34 carries for 242 yards. I mean, it was the first 200-plus yard rushing outing for Esquire in 3 years, and nobody had carried the ball that much since Matt Jafrida 7 years ago. So, I mean, it was really, given the stakes, it was obviously fueled by the offensive line, but kind of a performance for the ages last Friday night.
Yeah, turning our attention to Steel High, they have a number 4 in their backfield, Odell Green. 872 yards, 9 TDs, and 100 carries. So you guys do the math. That's pretty easy to figure. Yeah, it's pretty easy to figure out what his yard per carry is. Freshman quarterback, the coach's son, Alex Irby, is 82 completions and 124 attempts for 1,400 yards and 19 TDs. Now, is he going to be that successful tonight playing a much tougher Delone Catholic team than probably Steel High played all year? We're going to have to wait and see, but let's look at his receivers. The one receiver, Mekhi Flowers, has caught 35 of Irby's throws for 595 yards and 11 TDs. He's a junior. He's listed up here as 6'2", 190, already verbally committed to Penn State from what I'm told. We saw him last year twice. Delone played Steel High twice last year. Number 2, Darian Hammonds, another receiver that Irby's going to look for. So they can do it on the ground with Green, but if they get in 3rd and long, Irby can air it out.
Yeah, this will be by far the best passing offense that the Squires have seen all year. I mean, and they've really done a good job of getting teams backed up behind the sticks and behind the 3rd and short and behind schedule. But for this team, it doesn't really matter much. And it's a team. You look at the roster; it's a short roster in terms of numbers, but it's a team with size, speed, experience, talent that the Squires probably haven't seen yet this year, although they are familiar with each other. As you said, they've played. This will be the 4th time in the last 3 seasons.
Well, Steelton, very proud tradition there, just like Delone Catholic. Steel High was, even when I was a kid, was something, playing in the Central Penn League at that time, against John Harris and the Yorks and the Lancasters. They were still a smaller school at that time, still beating up on these other teams. The tradition there is just like the tradition at Delone. So both teams have that going into form tonight.
And you said about things that have to give. There's another thing that I discovered this week has to give. Steel High has never lost on this field, including they rained on the parade the night that they named this field for J.T. Flaherty in 1978. And Delone Catholic's never lost to Steel High in the postseason. So obviously one of those is coming to an end tonight.
Yeah, I remember that game in 78. I was 41-6, I think it ended up. And
yes, it was.
We thought it was close at half when it was 21-6, and everybody would. But, Steel High comes in here rated number 3 in Class A in the state. Delone's number 7. So, anything can happen. And like I said, the stakes are very high. You get your gold medal or your silver medal tonight. And if you get the gold medal, you get to play next week at your home field.
Yeah, it's an amazing opportunity. And, it's just – what an exciting thing to be here. We finally got football weather. It seems like every year you get one of those games in the middle or the end of October that it feels like the resurgence of summer, and we kind of had that last week, and now we are kind of staring the beginnings of late fall and the winter in the teeth. It's supposed to get down into the 30s overnight tonight, so it's going to be some real football weather here tonight.
Yeah, and I know when George is here, he likes to go over the keys to the game. It's pretty easy keys to the game tonight. Delone has to keep the ball, run the ball, keep Steel High's offense off the field, and limit the big plays they give Steel High's offense, because Steel High is going to get a big play or two. I mean, they just are. I mean, they're that good. There's that much talent out there in the field. Delone's going to have to control the big plays and control penalties and control turnovers. And, this is the easiest keys to the game we ever had to give. I mean, it's obvious what's happening here. That high-powered offense against Delone's very stingy defense, and Delone's ground and pound offense against, see if the wing T can fool Steel High.
Yeah, and Bill handed me the phone here with the current conditions, 47 degrees, and it's supposed to be down into the lower 40s around kickoff. We'll have maybe some light rain and drizzle later on, but fortunately, that monsoon that we had yesterday got out of here with the remnants of Hurricane Zeta coming up through south central Pennsylvania. It's actually a pretty calm. It's going to be a chilly night, but it's a nice night for a football game.
The field looks great down there, but I think we're going to rip it up a little bit during this game. It's soft. The footing might be a problem. We'll have to wait and see how that goes here as the night wears on. But it is a little soft down there, and I can't say that's a bad thing for the Squires if you're rooting for Delone. I'd like to say hi to Marty Clunk down there in Virginia, some of the other alumni here that are watching, Pat Flaherty looking in. We got Ray Katoa looking in. Andy Angel, I know, is looking in. Brian Clunk out there on the West Coast. I'm sure you got some guys. And who was the one last week? John Rankin from Las Vegas.
2 weeks ago we were talking about there was somebody from Scotland across the pond watching, and I got a text message from Mike Martin. He said, forget about Scotland. How about Chapel View Estates out there? He wants a shout-out for there. 150 devices and locales already on watching us. We want to welcome everybody in here. We're really excited to be able to bring it to you, and really appreciate to the district backing off on the fees for a school-related entity to do this, given the attendance conditions and everything else that are going on this year.
I know my sister's down in Florida watching, but like every week with this COVID going on, there's not a lot of people here. There's not a lot of people over in Still High, but as always, 6th Street's packed. Parties going on down there. Across the street there, I see some people coming in. But 6th Street's been packed with 500-600 people every week. We'll try to do our best to give you what's going on in here. The Delone Band's going to come out here shortly and do the alma mater and the national anthem. And one thing I learned about district games, they're very precise in their time. They're going to this thing will kick off at 7 o'clock.
And now, Tony, obviously through all the years that you were coaching, you've been in the locker room in this moment. It's showing little under 18 minutes till kickoff. What is this like in that locker room? I mean, you've got a veteran coaching staff on both sides, really. You've got pretty experienced groups on both sides, but you also have those young kids that are in this limelight for the first time. So you've got so many different perspectives. What's going on in there right now? Yeah,
the coaches can say a lot of things, but they have to rely on their older players to keep things in line here. It's a football game. You know what? The stakes are a little higher tonight. Like I said, gold medal, silver medal, and a home state game next week on the line here. But it's a football game. You have to go out. You have to know your count. You have to know your alignment. You have to know what you're going to do on every play. Alignment and assignment and count was always thing Coach Frew and myself, when I coached with him, would hammer home. You have to do that. You can't have the false start penalties. You don't want to. Delone certainly don't want to be in a 1st and 15. Or 2nd and long. They want to keep the ball moving. And the coaches can tell them everything they want, but it's going to be the Nick Groffs, the Tate Neaters that grab a young Alex Timmons and say, calm down here. You've been playing well all year. Just keep going. And I think that's the adjustments that are being made at halftime will be big.
For sure. And, it's just such an excitement that, we've talked about it all year long that, will we get here to this point? And, you're looking at two programs, too, that sometimes you can get a real contrast. And you already talked about the tradition over the long haul. But really in the short haul, this is two very, very experienced teams in the postseason and regular season, whatever. I mean, and it's two teams that are very familiar with each other because of the regular season home and home last year. But they both moved down a class this year, and they can't get away from each other. Here they are in the playoffs.
That's
again.
It. Delone lost a number of students. Coach Dortmund thought, well, should we play up or should we play what we're supposed to play? And the more he thought about it, we're going to play what we're supposed to play. And then Steel High probably thought the same way. So boom, here they are. Last year it was the semifinals, and tonight up at Steelton it was the semifinals, and tonight it's a championship game. It doesn't mean any less. In fact, it's a little bit more at stake. And like you said, it's been tough beating Still High in this field.
Well, and 2 years ago, they were both in the playoffs, and they didn't face each other in the semifinals. They played the other seed. So, for the Squires, this is the third district championship game in a row after a period of building. They were kind of up and down there a little bit at the end of Coach Wiles' tenure, and then the beginning of Coach Zortman's tenure. They started building, and they improved by a game in the league every year. And, they couldn't do that this year because, last year they ran the table and went 7-0 in the league, and this year 6-0, so the back-to-back championship games, and they find themselves, or championship titles in the league, and they find themselves in the same spot with the same opportunity. And the Squires are over there outside the shack getting ready. It looks like as some rain starts to fall here, Squires are going to get ready to take the field as we see 14:32 left on the clock before kickoff here. As Tony, you said, the band out there, they'll play at halftime, and we'll have that show in its entirety. And here come the Squires for the 2020 District 3 M&T Bank Championship game.
Now the new thing this year, the toss of the coin goes on at the 50-yard line. Only one captain comes in for each team, and the coach and the captain go out there, and the toss of the coin's done out there, unlike years past where they did it 30 minutes before the game. So we'll have the toss of the coin here, and Delone going to be all black with their white trim, and Still High's going to be in a white with blue trim, blue numbers.
And both numbers prominent on both sets of uniforms, which we're very grateful for tonight.
For Still High, you only got to look for about 6 of them, because that's who's getting the ball. But like I said, it's such a privilege to do this game and be involved with Coach Zortman, who I think does an excellent job preparing his team and puts in a lot of hours. And this rain here is not unexpected. It was supposed to be a short shower come through. I don't think it's going to mess the field up too much more than it already is. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, anything that wasn't done to it yesterday isn't going to be done at this point, because and that seems to happen. At least once a season that the remnants of a hurricane come up through here and really play havoc with the field. And really, how does that change, or does it change your preparation during the week, getting prepared for the wet ball, the wet conditions, and who's favored in that?
Well, I've always thought the offense was favored when it got wet out. That's just me. I was a defensive coordinator. But I thought the offense was favored because they know where they're going. The defense has to go and get there and keep their footing about them, where the offense knows where they're going. The receivers know what patterns they're going to run. But, whether it slows the speed is still high down, I don't know. They're not used to playing on grass. They have a turf field.
But as far as, what does a coaching staff do about getting prepared for playing with a wet ball and things like that?
You just warn the kids, hold on to the ball. It's going to, and they practiced enough putting the ball in the buckets and stuff like that, and carrying a wet ball. Just comes down to concentration and focus. And believe me, Coach Zortman's not going to use the rain as an excuse.
Oh no,
and I'm sure Coach Irby's not either.
And what I was just thinking too is, you're talking about the similarities in these programs. I mean, you're talking about coaches for both that played. They're alumni of the program, and they're taking the leadership and kind of they feel the stewardship of the program, and kind of adding on to the legacy and handing that on to whoever comes next, which I think is pretty neat.
Well, you do the stats. Look, Coach Zortman has rose up to the 4th winningest coach in Delone Catholic history, in the 6th year here.
6th year, yeah.
As far as winning percentage goes, he's third. He's third in winning percentage. He's turned it around.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's really been a lot of fun to see. And, as I said, they struggled a little bit that first year, but it's been an improvement year over year. And kind of watching him put his mark on this program, and as somebody, he was a senior when I was a freshman, so I got to watch kind of from the stands as he captained a team and quarterbacked a team to the district championship in 1994.
Yeah, and he has some heartbreaks here in these last two district championships. He lost to York Catholic by 1 point at Southwestern in overtime, and he lost last year 36-28 to Upper Dolphin up there in Upper Dolphin's field when Macklin Ayers, a name that no Delone fan will ever remember, just scored 5 touchdowns for Upper Dolphin and just took over the game. And Delone was within their season died on the 15-yard line before they get in to tie the game up. So
yeah, I mean, it's really been amazing. I mean, it has been just a knockdown, drag-out, classic football games the last 2 years, and I'm really, excited to see what we're in for tonight.
Yeah, Still High has not taken the field yet. Not sure if they're over there behind the bleachers or where they are. But this is the M&T Bank PIAA District 3 Championship game from JT Flaherty Field.
We also have, it's a weird week. We talk about out-of-town scores. It's almost as many out-of-town scores tonight as you'd have in a normal regular season week, because anybody who didn't make the playoffs is still able to play.
Yeah.
So Littlestown and Fairfield are playing their regularly scheduled game tonight. Bermudian Springs is in the 3A semifinals, so they're at Warwick tonight, I believe. And so they were supposed to play Bickerville.
Yeah,
Delone Catholic was supposed to play Hanover, so those two are getting together for the second weekend in a row. And then York Catholic is hosting Camp Hill in the 2A championship.
That's next week. York Catholic's actually, they moved the 2A game till next week, and York Catholic's playing Tech tomorrow. But yeah, I guess we're getting ready for might be getting ready for the national anthem, and we will try to get that on here with our mics. Squires lining up here in the near sideline.
And we will turn it over to the Delone Catholic Marching Band for the national anthem. Maybe.
Yeah, we're still waiting on the national anthem. I think they're waiting for Still High to come out on the field.
Well, while we are waiting, we'll say hello to all of our fraternal organizations and some of the businesses around the community that have been tuning in to DCBN all year to catch the Squires in action. It's great to have you all along with us, and fans from both Delone Catholic and their alumni base and their extended family, as well as Steelton-Highspire's alumni and fans, and just those who are interested in a good, meaningful high school football game that are tuning in tonight as well. Really looking forward to this. It's been a lot of excitement all week around school. And
yeah, please, if you have a way of doing it, let us know, how we're doing here for our broadcast meets your approval. And here now, Still High is actually now just coming out on the field.
And if it doesn't meet your approval, the comments department is closed, so the complaints department is closed for the weekend. But yeah, the rain coming down pretty steadily right now, so this will be a factor here in the early going.
M&T Bank is proud to be a partner with PIAA District 3 as the title sponsor of District 3 championship event. OSS Health in District 3, proud partners for the benefit of student athletes and their communities. A great team, River Rock Academy and PIAA District 3. And the Peyton Walker Foundation.
Here come the steamrollers, so the visitors taking the field.
We stand for a prayer by our new chaplain, Father Miller. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Direct, O Lord, all our actions by your holy inspiration, Mayflower Marching Band.
There is the Delone Catholic Marching Band, and we will have their halftime show in its entirety tonight. As again, we've talked, they, like so many other teams, organizations, and groups, have lost their competitions for this year, but still want to do their thing, and they've got a great field show this year, and we're excited to be able to bring that to you. And we're going to have the coin toss here shortly to get things ready to roll here in the 2020 PIAA District 3 M&T Bank Class 1A Football Championship. The Squires and the Steamrollers, two of the leaders in district championships over all these years. Delone Catholic looking for its 8th district champion, or the 9th district championship rather, and Steel High is tied for 6th with Central Dauphin with 29 championships. Squires tied for 9th. I'm sorry, that's district wins. I'm looking at the wrong box here. Steelton-Highspire is 4th with 12 championships. The Squires tied for 6th with Wyomissing with 8 championships.
Steel High's won the toss, and they're going to receive that McCaw Flowers out there. Tate Nieder for Delone. Delone's going to kick off towards 6th Street. If you're familiar with McCherrystown here, that'll be actually to the west. Flags actually pretty limp right now. We were expecting winds of the north, but there's not there right now.
Justin Emmy, who's been a mainstay on the special teams for the Squires all season, will tee it up and get this thing underway.
Back deep for Steel High is going to be Odell Green, looks like number 4, and my guess is Flowers, but we'll have to wait and see here. It is Flowers and Green back deep. Well, right away, they got 12 guys in the field now. Yeah, now they don't. Still I had 12 men in the field, but they corrected that. Emmy, like he did all year, putting it on the left hash.
Yep, he's really kind of kept it centered right on that left hash, too, with his kicks. And here comes Emmy with low line drive. The up row lets it go, and that is Flowers. He picks it up, and he is brought down by number 10, Ryder Knoll. After a short return, it'll be decent field position at the 34, first down and 10 for the Steamrollers.
And they're going to be really quick. They're going to come up to the line and go.
Irby back in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the near side. Now man in motion, that's Bratton. And it's going to be a handoff to Green. He's brought down. That's Tate Niederer. And several others in there. Zach Fields.
Give them 2 yards on that. Nice play by the Delone defense, but Steel High's going to keep coming at you. They don't huddle. They're ready to go.
Send a man in motion. Squires jump a little bit, but get back. As Irby checks with the sideline. Now man in motion this way. High snap brought down, and that is Flowers. He is shoved out of bounds. Ryder Knoll shoves him out, and he is short of the first down.
They're going to mark it at the 41. I think it's going to be like 3rd and about a long 2.
There's a 3rd and 2 for the Rollers.
Got to find Flowers. He runs all around there.
He's split wide to the near side. Green has it, secures it, and he's got enough for a first down. Nieder brings him down, and
nice tackle by Nieder there.
Dylan Staub near it.
Just got enough for the first down.
So it's 1st and 10 for Steelton-Highspire at its own 45-yard line, just underway here in the first quarter. And that ball is popped up in the air, and Green does get it back, but driven back into the backfield by Sam Skovich. And there's that wet ball we talked about.
Yeah, that was almost a big play. Was up there for an excruciating long time. Squires couldn't come up with it, but a nice tackle by Skovich.
Picks up maybe half a yard, so 2nd down and a long 9. Irby communicating with his offense. Now he's got it. He's going to step back to throw. The lefty flings it out there for number 5. That is Tyrone Moore. He's got another first down into Squire territory.
Moore just left his slot position, went down about 5 yards and turned around. Made the rest on yards after catch. Nice play. Can't give Irby that much time.
Ball spotted at the 37-yard line. First down and 10 for Steel High.
Empty backfield.
3 receivers to the near side. Ball's on the ground.
I think the Squires got it.
He does. That's Sam Skovich. It looks like he's got it.
And
nope.
Let's see what the ref says.
They're holding up the...
That's going to be 2nd down. Looks like the quarterback got it back. I thought Skovich had it there for a minute.
It's going to be a loss of 5 to the 42-yard line. 2nd down and 15.
Flowers alone out there to the right.
The ball is deep. They miscommunication, and this time the Squires have it. It's Alex Timmons at the Steel High 35.
A snap before the quarterback was ready. That was just a mistake on the cadence. And Alex Timmons raced to the ball and slid in there with a baseball slide and got the ball.
Everybody in the backfield was still looking at the sideline for awaiting the play, and Alex Timmons heads up. He gets on it, and it's going to be at the 38-yard line, 1st down and 10, and a big play early in this game.
Yeah, you can't blame the weather on that one. That was just a quick snap.
Colton Keller, the junior quarterback, under center for the Squires. And he's got a handoff right up the middle to Tate Nieder, going nowhere.
Delone tried to bring their tight end away from the strength that time over to the right side. Delone ran back to that side, and it didn't fool Steel High.
No, if they saw the film from last week, find out number 24 and figure out where he is. Michael O'Brien coming out, and Dylan Staub checking in with the play for the Squires.
Well, that'll show the coach that they're not going to, what they did there. This first drive's just like a mirror. Let's see what happens.
Man in motion. That's Staub coming to the near side. It's a pitch to Tate Nieder, looking for the right side. Cuts it up underneath and trips over his own man. Picks up a couple out to the 34-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 7.
Let's see what Coach Zortman draws up here, whether he's going to punt or not. He has the ball at the 34-yard line. That might be enough to make this 4-down territory.
Zimmerman split wide to the left. Wyatt Schussler, the tight end, switching over to the left side. And it's going to be a pitch to
Corey Hefner.
Corey Hefner's got it. He's just short of the first down, I think.
Well, now we know they're going for it.
If it wasn't 4-down territory before, it is now.
Short of the first down. Brings up 4th and 1.
Looks like a double tight end set here. Zach Fields coming into the game.
7.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. No score here in the District 3 M&T Bank Football Championship. Steelton-Highspire and Delone Catholic. Colton Keller under center for the Squires. Everybody bunching to the line. And Tate Nieder busts through, and he's going to go.
He's gone. He's gone.
Touchdown, Tate Nieder. 30 yards, and the Squires have the early lead.
What happened is there, the Steel High knew it was a short yardage play. They brought all their backers right up to the line of scrimmage. Once Tate broke it, he was gone.
Justin Emmy in to attempt the extra point. He'll be out of the hold of Ryder Knoll.
Nick Groft goes over to snap the long snap. Great blocking by the line of scrimmage that time to get Tate the little bit of opening that he needed.
All he needed was a crack there, and he was gone. The low snap. Knoll handles it. The kick is up, and it is good. With 7:05 to go in the first quarter, Delone Catholic 7, Steelton-Highspire 0, and it's 7 points off a turnover early in this game for the Squires.
That's what you want to do. You want to keep the pressure on Steel High. You want to play from the front. You don't want to play from behind by Steel High. You want to keep out in front.
Yeah, I mean, the Squires haven't had to come from behind. Oh, I mean, I don't know if they've even trailed in a game this year. And so they've shown that they can throw the ball when they need to, but we haven't seen whether they can come back from behind, and it's obviously in their best interest to not have to do that.
So that, to mirror you a little bit, that was a 38-yard drive on 4 plays. I don't have the exact time, but Delone ran a 4th and 1 play, and as he's done before, Tate Nieder broke it open.
That's 1 for 1 on 4th down conversions.
29-yard touchdown run for Nieder, and
Justin,
we'll get the second kickoff today for
Justin Emmy, and we'll see what he does, if the low line drive will be a continuous strategy all night or if he's going to kick it away. Flowers is on that hash for Steel High. And Green here on the near side. It's going to be a little pop it up over the second line on one bounce by Flowers at the 16. Tries to make a move. Bounces it outside. Nate Hart slows him up. And there's number 56. Ryan King to finish it off, and it'll be 1st and 10 Steel High from the 26.
That was a nice play by Nate Hart.
Yeah.
Nate Hart slowed him down enough for help to come, because if he turns that corner, there's not a lot of people out here. And like I said, Steel High is going to come right up to the line of scrimmage. They're not going to be bothered by the touchdown. They're going to keep going.
As they've definitely scored early and often. They 3 weeks ago scored 77 on Trinity, and then it was 36-26 win against Camp Hill, their closest game all year. And last week against Big Spring, it was 65-30, so they can put up the points. Irby throws it out into the flat, and it's into the hands and out of Flowers. Dylan Zimmerman on the coverage for the Squires. 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10. Delone keeps it where they want to do it. Keep it, right, everybody in front of them.
Trips to the right this time. Single receiver this way is Damian Hammonds, and it's going to be a handoff to Green, looking for the right side, and he is into the linebacker level and stopped by Ryder Knoll, the safety. Gain of about 6 on that play. 3rd down and 4.
Big 3rd down here. Put them in 4th down and see what they do.
It's a high snap. Give us to Green again. He fights his way through, but can't get back to the line of scrimmage. Tate Niederer got him, or maybe he did get 1, but it's going to be 4th down and about 2.
4th and 2. Let's see what Steel High does here. They don't punt a lot. Down 7-0. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Hammonds again by himself over here. Two receivers split wide to the right. Irby moves Green to the other side of the formation. And it's going to be a quick pass, and it's high and nearly caught on the tip by Mekhi Flowers, but through his hands as well, and it's a turnover on downs, 1st and 10, Squires.
The Squires actually have better field position than they had the last time at the 34, and that's a big call by Steel High's Coach Irby.
Yeah, great concentration for Flowers to really almost make a catch on that. After it was through the hands of the first, it was a high throw, got past the intended receiver. Squires with a 7-0 lead, 5:52 to go in the first quarter. Hefner is in motion. The give is to Tate Niederer up the middle. He's got a couple. And Flowers is going to have the finish on that tackle. Looks like no gain, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, I thought he might have got a couple yards on that, but he got knocked back.
So the Squires out here to try it again. Braden Spielman split wide to the right. Hefner in motion now. The give is to Tate Niederer, and he ducks under a tackle. Number 75 is Kyler Ray William. Be a short gain, so 3rd down and 8 for the Squires.
I believe they're in 4-down territory again. A punt does them no good here.
And we've wondered all year what Emmy's range might be, but on a wet field like this, I'm guessing it's not what it would be otherwise. Hefner in motion again. Keller's going to pull it down and keep it. He is tackled by number 10, Jayon Perry, and Ray William again. It's going to be 4th down and about 4 from the 28-yard line.
Yeah, it's a manageable 4th down now. He got 4 yards on that. Squires eating the clock off, 4th, 28 left here.
And this is what you were saying. They want to keep the ball away from this explosive Steel High offense. Keller under the center, Trent Giraffa. He's back looking to pass. He's got pressure and reverses field, and he gets rid of it, and there's nobody out there. I can't imagine that's not going to be intentional grounding.
It is. It's going to be intentional grounding. Steel High's going to take over at the 43-yard line. Flag right down there. I think they wanted to try to get that to the tight end, but it never materialized there, and should have threw it away a little earlier, but he ate it, and it's going to be just like a sack back at the 43 where Steel High will take over.
So it is 1st down and 10. Steel High with its best field position here in the early going on its 3rd possession. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, 7-0. Squires with the early lead. They converted the big fumble recovery into a 30-yard Tate Niederer touchdown. Ball spotted at the 49. Irby hands to Green. He's looking for the right edge, and he's out there. Michael O'Brien brings him down after a gain of about 5.
Yeah, nice gain on 1st down for Steel High there. They're going to try to get Green wide now. Very, very imperative that Squires keep everything in front of them in defense.
2 receivers to the near side and Hammonds to the far side.
Green in the backfield.
And there's movement
and everybody
both
moved.
ways.
I don't know who went first.
Flag on the play.
Delone came across first, and that's what they're going to call.
Yep, they're going to get an encroachment on the Squires, so it's going to be 2nd down and real short, I think.
Yeah, that might be enough. Well, yeah, you're right. 2nd and half a yard, maybe.
It didn't look like it was quite halfway over there before they started. So Flowers coming wide to the near side. And it's going to be a give to Green. He's got enough for the 1st down, and he's churning, and he's still going. Down across the 35 to the 34. First down and 10, Steel High.
Zach Fields nailed him in the backfield, but Green made a spin and got away from that, picked up good yardage. Looks like about the 33.
Like a little bit of static there between the two teams coming out of that pile. First down and 10 for Steel High.
Flowers and Green in the backfield this time.
Best drive of the game so far for the Rollers. Green coming out this way. The give is to Flowers, and he is not going to go anywhere. He did squirt through for maybe a yard, but Sam Skovich and Nick Groff getting credit on the tackle, and a couple other black shirts in there.
Looks like the rain stopped.
Spent all day drying off, and then you get 20 minutes and makes things wet again, and we're going to have an official's timeout.
I think it's an equipment timeout somewhere along the way. I think something's wrong with Green's equipment.
Timeout on the field.
Clock's going to start running now. That was just an official's timeout for an equipment violation or equipment fix. I think Green has to actually sit out a play here. 24 is in their tailback now.
That is Tyon Bratton.
3 just went back to tailback now.
And it's going to be Irby throwing out to the right flat and incomplete. It was intended for Damian Hammonds, but couldn't corral it.
3rd and a bunch.
Damian Hammonds is the intended receiver. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Now Green is back in at the tailback position. Irby in the shotgun, 2 receivers wide to the right, and now Flowers comes in motion. The give is to Flowers, looking for the left end, and he's got the left end. There's a flag down.
We're going to have a block out here.
Flowers out of bounds, driven by Ryder Nolan.
I think we're going to have a block in the back here on Steel High. I believe that's what's going to be called. At least that's what it looked like to me preliminarily. Yeah, holding number 4. Instead of a block in the back, they called holding, but the flag went right at number 4's feet.
So weird to be in a game of this magnitude and be able to hear the officials up here.
Yeah.
I was talking to some people today, and can you imagine what this crowd would have looked like in a normal year?
Yeah.
3rd and 20.
So 3rd and a bunch.
Yep, 3rd down and 20 now, and certainly this is an offense explosive enough to pick it up.
Well, we actually know they're not punting.
Yeah.
They didn't punt before. They're certainly not going to punt now, but
2 receivers each way for the Rollers. Irby to throw, little screen pass to Flowers, and a great play by Tate Niederer. Cuts his feet out from under him for no gain. It'll be 4th down and 20. Clock running, approaches 2 minutes in the first quarter. 7-0 Delone Catholic.
Steel High tried a little slip screen that time, and Nieder read it, made a nice tackle down around the ankles of Flowers.
And it looks like we are going to see a punt from the Rollers here.
You know, I believe it when the ball goes off the punter's foot. You know?
Either that or it's a line change. Number 10, Jayon Perry in. He's back deep to punt. Tate Niederer and Ryder Knoll.
I'll tell you what, there's a slew of players in the field there. I think they're going to have to call a timeout.
Yep, we're going to get a timeout for the Rollers at 1:33 to go. So, well, we get a minute to catch our breath here. What do you see so far that you like and don't like both ways?
Well, Delone's going to have to be a little more. I mean, other than Tate Niederer's long run, we haven't done anything offensively. Steel High shooting himself in the foot with a fumble and then the holdout here. But they had to call timeout there because they had 12 men in the field again, and they had 12 men in the opening kickoff. So, you know, there's a lot of things happening that probably shouldn't be happening in a game of this magnitude.
And like we talked about, you wouldn't necessarily expect it to be a jitters thing because these are 2 very experienced teams at this level.
Well, number 10's not the regular punter. So, see what happens here. Number 16, Hernandez, is our punter and kicker. Tate Nieder's back deep alone.
Good snap. And it's a punt. It'll hit. Niederer will let it go, and it's going to roll dead inside the 5 at about the 3-yard line. So it's going to be a long way to go for the Squires. First down and 10 from their own 3.
You know, Tate's upset with himself for not picking that up at the 9, but I think he made the right decision. That ball was squirting along the ground like that. If he, picks it up and don't get it, Steelhigh's going to be in perfect position.
Yeah, and if it, it was kind of a low-line drive, so if he'd have rushed up to try to catch it, it might not have been the best idea either. So the end result isn't what you want, but
Steelhigh's been playing all 11 guys right up there at the line of scrimmage.
Keller under center. Dylan Zimmerman split wide to the left. O'Brien's in motion, and it's going to be Keller with the quarterback keeper, and he's out close to the 10. And like you said, they had everybody at the line of scrimmage, so he just kept it and took advantage of it.
It's going to be 2nd and 5, but that's good 5 yards there. It gives them a little bit of breathing room.
Clock approaching a minute left here in the first quarter.
Delone very heavy now to the left side. I'm sorry.
Going to send Hefner to the other side of the formation. And it's going to be a give to Hefner on a little bit of a misdirection. We've got a penalty flag on the play, and it's going to be, it looks like, maybe a short loss piled up by 3 or 4 white shirts there.
If that's a hold, we'll have to see if Steel High accepts it. They're looking at the Steel High bench to see if they want to accept this penalty or not.
It's a face mask on Steel High.
Oh, wow.
A first down for the Squires.
Why were they looking at the Steel High bench?
Yeah, it looked like they were talking to a couple of the players from Steel High, so I thought like you did.
I think it was just a 5-yard. I didn't know they had them in high school, but it was a 5-yard.
Had a couple of them in last week's game too, but so it was a 5-yard face mask and enough for the first down. So 1st and 10, Squires getting out of the shadow of their own goalpost. Hefner and Niederer in the backfield. Keller gives to Niederer, and he is bear hugged by Tyler Ray William. Be a gain of 1 on the play.
Might be the end of the first quarter here. I think Delone's going to let the clock run out and go down to the other side of the field. I don't know how many quarters Steel High didn't score a touchdown, but
there's one anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
So it is the end of the first quarter here in the 2020 PIAA District 3 M&T Bank Football Championships. Delone Catholic 7, Steelton-Highspire nothing, as a light rain starts to fall here again at JT Flaherty Field. I'd like to welcome in everybody that's watching out there from wherever you are. This is one of our bigger crowds that we've had online this year. I'm told that we have 750 devices watching, and I'm sure you're not all alone. So big crowd tonight watching this game, and so far being treated to an exciting one. 7-0 early. The first score came after Steel High was conferring with their bench to get a play, and miscommunication. The ball was snapped early, nobody paying attention, and Alex Timmons got on it. And then after a short drive, Tate Niederer got a 30-yard touchdown, and Justin Emmy with the extra point. That's where we are, 7-0 here at the start of the second quarter. 2nd down and 9 for the Squires.
Yeah, they see if they can get a couple more first downs here would really be important.
Hefner goes in motion. The give is going to be to Niederer, and he's got a couple before he runs into a wall of white shirts.
Trying to pop him through there, and he got maybe 3 on that. It's going to be 3rd and 6, I think.
Tyshawn Holland Ali was one of the rollers in on that play, and like the entire right side of the Steel High defense.
Well, they're all up there. They're all up there. If he breaks it, they're willing to take that gamble.
Is there a quick slant in this playbook to throw over the top of that? Man in motion is Michael O'Brien. And it's a low pitch corralled by Hefner. He cuts it back. There's a penalty flag on the play. That was Holland Ali on the stop.
Going to be short of the first down. Let's see what Still High does. Holding against Delone's a preliminary call by the ref on the Still High sideline. But my guess is they decline this.
Holding on the Squires.
It is a hold against the Squires, and they are going to accept it, so that'll bring up 3rd down and 15. Ball back just inside the 10-yard line.
There's a 3rd and 15 at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, that flag went pretty early in the play there. So 3rd and 15. Let's see if Corey decides to throw it up there or run it out here and punt it. Again, Still High, all the men right up there within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
And it's a misdirection. The give is to Hefner. He is corralled in the backfield by number 52, Tydre Holland Ali. It'll be very short gain, bring up 4th down and 15, and Colton Keller, the quarterback, also the punter, has done a pretty good job with that this year.
Number 2 back deep here for, that's Hammonds, I think.
Hammonds is, he's going to be at the Delone Catholic 45, so Steel High should have good field position. Low snap, fielded on a hop, and he gets it away. It hits at the 42-yard line and dies, where it'll be down by Trent Giraffa. So good field position for the Rollers to get things started on this possession. 10:06 to go before halftime.
Yeah, not a bad result there. 32-yard punt with no return. So that's where the Steel High Rollers are going to take over. They're right back up here to the line of scrimmage, ready to go.
Yeah, they're not wasting any time in this offense, are they?
They don't. They don't huddle. They get their calls from the sideline. They're ready to roll. Got to wait for the chains to get set.
1st down and 10 at the 42. Hammonds in motion. It's going to be a give to Green. He's got some room to run, cuts it back, and he is going to be stopped. Michael O'Brien on the tackle, and Ryder Knoll there. It'll be enough for a 1st down for the Rollers.
Ran a little counter tray there with Green, and he cut it back, started right, cut it back to the left. That's his best run of the night.
2 receivers to the left for the Rollers. Is going to be another give to Green, and Timmons and Skovich, it looks like. Tate Nieder in on that tackle, and it's going to be no gain.
Second by number 76, Alex Timmons.
Went back to the well there and didn't work that time.
Second down and 10, ball just outside the 25-yard line. You're right, big crowd down there on 6th Street tonight, Tony. Not that that surprises anybody. Flowers in motion, and it's going to be a whistle dead.
Not sure it wasn't a motion penalty there. Let's see what the ref from the far side calls.
It's going to be encroachment on the offense. Don't see that real often.
No, I don't think I ever saw it. unless one of the linemen there was lined up off sides. I thought it was Flowers going in motion too early on his on the play there.
Went Canadian and turned it up too soon.
Way too soon. But doesn't matter. It's 5 yards.
2nd down and 15. Empty backfield with trips to the left side. Alex Irby all by himself back there. Flowers coming this way, and it's going to be a throw back to the backside. It's Hammonds. He is wrestled down by Dylan Zimmerman, and that's going to be a good gain there on 2nd down and long. Looks like it'll bring 3rd down and maybe 4. Ball is at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, they're playing off the receivers and almost giving them that.
Goes back to what you say about keeping everything in front of them, though. The give is to Green, looking for the left side, cuts it back and gets drilled. Still on his feet, and half the Squires defense, maybe more, in on that stop. I think everybody wearing a black shirt got a piece of him there.
Let's see, Scovich, Timmons, Groft. There was probably more that I'm not naming.
Zach Fields was a big part of that. I think he got the initial stick.
Here we go, 4th and 7.
Trips to the near side now for the Rollers. Irby looking to the left sideline, and it's going to be complete, close to the first down.
Irby pass complete for number 2, Damian Hammond.
And they're going to give him the first down. I didn't think he had one.
So it will be a first down and 10 for the Rollers.
Whoa, I didn't think he had it.
I didn't think he did either, but
Too far over there to complain about it, but it was on the Steel High sideline.
and this time it's a run. It's Green, and he's stopped by 3 Squires. It's Nick Groff and Tate Niederer.
Tell you what, I wouldn't have minded a measurement on that last one over there.
We haven't seen a measurement in like 3 years, though.
Well, the sticks weren't even set, and they were running their play. 2nd and 11.
Squires with a 7-0 lead, but Steel High threatening. Irby throwing to the end zone, and it's going to be pass interference on the Squires.
Yeah, I even threw the flag. But in high school, that's just a yardage penalty. They don't set it at the 2-yard line, so we'll have to see where this goes. Not sure that ball was going to be called anyway. It looked like it was thrown out of bounds.
Corey Hefner kind of set himself there and got run through, though. So it's going to be 2nd down and maybe 2 at about the 8-yard line.
First down Rollers at the 9-yard line.
Irby's got it. Ball's on the ground, and the Squires are going to...
I think Green got back
Green
on
did
it,
get
but it's
back
going to bring
on
up a 3rd and about 5 now, or 6.
Sam Scovich has been right there on 2 fumbles tonight, but couldn't quite get to it. But it will be a loss for the Rollers.
I don't know if it was a high snap. I don't know if the handoff was bad or Green just couldn't control it once he got it, but he lost it right away.
3rd down and 7 now.
Watch for these fades down here.
As Steel High's receivers definitely have the height advantage. And it's going to be, just like you say, that's a back shoulder throw. That should be short of the first down.
They are marking it 2 yards short over there.
But it'll be 4th down and less than 2, it looks like.
Big play for the Squire defense here.
6:41 to go in the second quarter. Squires with a 7-0 lead. And it's going to be Green. He's got it, and he's going to be in for the touchdown. Odell Green on the second effort gets in.
But once he had the first down, he cut into the middle and got pushed into the end zone, so it's 7-6. Let's see if they kick or go for 2 here.
Hernandez is out to at least set up for the extra point.
Well, in pregame, I was watching him. He has a strong foot.
Number 3, David Pryor, the holder.
So Steel High drove the ball 42 yards for the score that time.
That one is going to be up and good. So with 6:34 to go in the second quarter, it's a brand new ball game. Delone Catholic 7, Steelton-Highspire 7 in the PIAA District 3 M&T Bank District Championships.
Big series coming up here for the Squires. They get the ball here, of course, on this kickoff. If they can do something with it, they get the second half kickoff too. So they got to try to get something going offensively, which other than Nieder's long run, really hasn't been materializing.
Yeah, and since that scoring drive, they've had pretty tough field position, actually,
Little
too.
Rock Academy and its staff welcomes you to today's District 3 M&T Bank football playoff game.
Hernandez is going to kick it. Looks like almost from Justin Emmy's spot there.
Left hash. Let's see who goes deep for the Squires. Going to be
Ryan Hernandez.
Ryder, Noel, and Tate Nieder are going to go deep. Zimmerman and Hefner are the upbacks, with O'Brien and Spillman there.
Here comes Hernandez. Slow approach. It's a short spiraling kick. Hits the ground and it's picked up over there. It's Noel, I believe. Gets out not quite to the 30-yard line, so decent field position for the Squires. First down and 10.
And at the very least, the Squires need to get a couple first downs here to try to get some of this offensive momentum back.
First down, Squires at the 28-yard line.
At a different level, you'd say to keep their defense off the field, but it doesn't matter because it's all the same guys here.
Yeah.
Rain picking up a little bit here with 6.5 to go before halftime. Schussler changing from the right to the left of the formation. And it's going to be a pitch, and it hits the ground. Tate Nieder picks it up and drops it, and now Steel High falls on it. Number 7, Tyshawn Holland Ali with the recovery at the 19-yard line. First down and 10 for Steel High.
Yeah, the quick pitch was just muffed, and then Tate tried to go down and pick it up, couldn't get the handle on it.
It was almost like, it looked like the pitch was for Hefner. It was almost like he wasn't expecting it at that point. Looks like we're going to get a timeout here for the Squires.
Good timeout for the Squires. Try to get things back under control here. And we mentioned before the game, turnovers. Turnover led to the Delone touchdown, and see if the Squires can keep Steel High out of the end zone. Most of the second quarter has been played on this end of the field.
Yeah, when you said about getting a couple of first downs, getting the momentum back, I know that's not what you had in mind.
No. But like you said, I don't know where that pitch was going. It just looked like it was a broken play from the start.
Yeah, it was definitely guys not on the same page with that play. So here we go. Steel High after the turnover starts at 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Going to be a give to Green. He is powering his way through the linebackers, and he's got a pretty good gain there on first down.
6 yards, it looks like.
Wyatt
Schussler and Dylan Staub credited with the tackle. Trips out to the left side for the Rollers. Hammond, something didn't look right there. It's going to be Green again. He's going to have the first down. Stood up at about the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Rollers.
That was a little weird there. It looked like they had 2 men in motion, but I guess they both got set and stopped, and refs let it go through.
And we had a loose snap there, but a whistle before the play. Looks like a flag laying over on the far side. Going to be an illegal procedure penalty against the Rollers. So it'll put it back at the 10-yard line, 1st and goal.
Little break for the Squires. They see if their defense can hammer in here.
The give is to Green again. He slips the first tackle, but he has stood up by Niederer and drilled by Dylan Staub.
A nice play by Schussler, too. He didn't get the tackle, but he slowed Green up enough that the other two guys could get there.
Niederer slow to get up there, and now it looks like we're going to have a whistle to let him get off the field.
He's going to have to come off for at least a play here. Ryan King going in there for him.
So, looks like maybe a loss of 2 on that play. 2nd down and goal from the 12, and we're going to get another timeout from the Squires. Here with 4:46 to go in the 2nd quarter. Don't know if coaches didn't like something they saw.
Well, they bought Tate back into the game. That timeout can do that. You don't have to stay out for a play, and I guess he's not staying out. I mean, you're right. The rain seemed, I don't know if it's hard or just a heavy mist here, but
I'm glad we're in here and not out there, though.
Yeah, very important to keep Steel High out here.
District 3 is proud to have Untitled Bank as its championship partner.
That was the 2nd timeout for the Squires. They have 1 left, and Steel High used 1 early.
It's like
King in and Niederer back out.
They're making him take out anyway, I guess.
And it's going to be a little swing pass out into the flat, and Hammonds tries to keep his feet, gets up in the air, and he's hit by...
Flags come in there late also.
Looked like Dylan Staub on the tackle, and it was late flags from everywhere. Hammonds kind of lost his footing there, but got it back enough to get up and over the first defender that tried to get to him.
I don't know if that was post-play, you know, or during the play the flags came in. Dead ball foul or not.
It's a personal foul against the Steamrollers. So it looks like it was a gain to about the 6-yard line, and that should be 15 from there.
Yeah, but I'm more worried about the down. Is it going to go to stay 2nd down or go to 3rd? Was it a dead ball foul or a live ball foul? They have it at 3rd down and a ref, 2nd down, I'm sorry, and the ref started the clock, so I guess we're going to let it go. Wow, if that was a personal foul, that should have been a dead ball foul. Put the clock running.
So the Rollers kind of going in reverse here after getting it to 1st and goal at the 5. It's now 2nd and goal from the 21. Irby back to pass. He's got all kinds of time. Still back there. And now it's up and caught, and that's going to be a touchdown for Tyrone Moore. He was double covered, still went up and got it, and in the end zone to get the Steel High Steamrollers a lead.
They have Moore listed at 6'2", 190, and he used all of his 6'2" to get up there and get that one. Nice throw there by Irby on 2nd down and 21.
Brian Hernandez, the senior specialist, in here to attempt the extra point.
Hernandez in to attempt the extra point.
And a snap doesn't get through. The holder gets up there and covers it up, David Pryor. So it'll be a failed extra point attempt, and it's 13-7 Steel High with 3:59 to go before halftime.
So another big offensive chance coming up here for the Squires. They'd like to make something happen and get some points on the board here. That was a great throw and a great catch.
Yeah. But I don't know if it's by design, but I mean, Irby had all day to throw that.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, there was no pressure.
So Hernandez setting it up over there close to the left hash again. Squires coming out. Tate Niederer back in there with Ryder Knoll. They'll be the deep men.
Irby certainly had a chance to look over the whole field, and he looked at all his receivers. Delone did a nice job, and actually that number 5 was covered that time. Moore was covered, but it was a great throw and catch.
Gonna be a high, weird kick fielded out there again. That's Tate Niederer, and he's working his way through. He's up to the 33-yard line where the Squires will have it 1st and 10, trailing maybe for the first time this season.
13-7. Squires only have one timeout left.
The first down Squires at the 33-yard line.
Dylan Zimmerman coming wide to the left. O'Brien is in motion. The give is to O'Brien, and we got a penalty flag, and he's going to be stopped maybe for a yard gain. Looked like he kind of got turned there. I don't know if maybe it was a face mask coming up against Steel High.
Full installed on the carry for the Squires.
They got a hold against the Squires, I think.
No win on the play. Flag on the play.
An illegal block in the back on the Squires.
Squires.
Well, I think basically it was just a hold because it's tough to block in the back and the interior in there, but from tackle to tackle. So I think the hold was called, but it doesn't matter. It's the same penalty. So
He'll be first in the length of McSherrystown here with 3:40 to go before halftime. Keller back to pass. Throws a short little screen to Niederer, and he can't handle it. He had some room to run but couldn't haul it in. It'll be 2nd down.
There's a 2nd and long.
you got to let that develop a little more. That was a little rushed. Spire's got to make something happen here. It's getting dangerous here with quick strike capability of Steel High.
O'Brien goes in motion. Keller to throw. He's looking for Schussler, and looked like miscommunication between the two there. He was covered by Flowers. 3rd down and 23.
Well, Schussler's supposed to do a flag pattern there to the side here, a corner pattern if we want to call it that. And Keller just threw that way too quick. He didn't come out of his break yet, and he was throwing the ball. They have to do something to get Steel High back. All the men are right up there at the line of scrimmage.
Keller gives to Tate Niederer, and he's into the secondary. He's back to the original line of scrimmage.
There was a face mask in there, but it's not going to be called. And so it's going to be 4th and about 9. He broke it into the clear.
Niederer's best gain since his touchdown run in the first quarter.
And I'm not trying to take up for the refs, but they had no angle at that. We had a better angle than the refs when he got his face mask pulled. But
4th down and 9, Keller to punt.
Delone coaching staff is arguing a little bit, but really no ref was in position to call that.
Low snap. Keller's got it. Kick is away down the right sideline, and oh, wow. It's going to come all the way back to the 49-yard line. So good field position here for Steel High with 2:39 on the clock and 2 timeouts. Already up by 6. Looking to add to that before we go to break here.
Yeah, I thought it went down there a little further, but must have crossed the line up here. And
2 receivers each way for the Rollers. Irby gives to Green, loses his footing as he tries to change direction. Wyatt Schussler there for another tackle for loss. He's had a whole pile of them this year, and it'll be 2nd down and 15.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job in the straight up run. It comes down to whether they can stop the the third and longs when they start throwing that ball around.
Clock running, approaching 2 minutes in the second quarter. Irby's back to throw. He's got a man, it's Flowers, and he is going to get stuck by Tate Niederer after a pickup of about 10 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 5 into Squire territory.
He brings up 3rd and 4 for Steel High.
Hand off to Green. He is on second effort going to have the first down.
He got out there at the 40-yard line. Nice second effort. He get hit the first time, spun up the middle.
It looked like he was going to be a yard short on initial contact, but kept fighting, gets the first down. First down and 10 at the 40. Clock still running at 1:25. Irby looking to throw, a little swing pattern into the left flat, and Green goes out of bounds after a gain of about 6. Be second down with the clock stopped at 1:14.
Yeah, I thought Green had a chance to turn it up there and go for a little bit more. But he got the clock stopped with what their coach wanted.
We still do have those 2 timeouts. Trips to the near side for Steel High. Flowers in motion. He drops the ball and falls on it. It looked like he went to pump fake it and dropped it. A big break for the Squires there, because it's going to be a loss of about 6 on that. 3rd down and 9 now.
Yeah, wasn't that the old tuck play? That's exactly what happened. He pump faked it when it left his hands.
I think it has to snow for that to come into effect.
Can't believe we're not calling a timeout here.
Clock is running with 45 seconds to go. Irby back to throw, sets his foot, and we're going to have, that's going to be caught out there, and they're going to get Corey Hefner for pass interference again. That's Damian Hammonds.
It's going to move, well, they'll take the reception and move the ball up here to about the, what are they at, the 15 or so, with 26 seconds left. Although, let's see what the other penalty, there might be 2 penalties out there. The sticks are not moving yet.
Holding on the defense. They didn't signal it, but I would presume that was declined.
Yeah, what are they? They're giving them the penalty and the reception also, which.
So it'll be first down and goal at the 10-yard line.
Wow. They got the reception and the penalty. I'd need an explanation there. And Coach Zortman wants one. Now, these are district refs, supposed to be the best in the district. But, now they're moving the ball back a little bit, I think. Still, if you take the penalty, you got to come back to the line of scrimmage and move the penalty.
So now they signaled pass interference,
which is fine. The ball's going to be spotted out here. I don't care what the penalty was. You don't get the reception and the yardage.
So it'll be first and 10 at the 20. 16 seconds left. Irby throws it up, and it's long out of the end zone. The second down and 10.
And Hefner was very smart just letting that go.
Yeah. 9 seconds to go, and the clock had started there.
And they still have 2 timeouts on the board.
Was the clock supposed to start there when they marked the ball ready for play?
Yes, because they took the reception.
Okay.
And the ball was in bounds.
Okay.
What the refs did before that was add penalty yardage under a reception. Now we're going to have Steel High call one of their timeouts with 9 seconds left.
Timeout, Steel High.
They were out there kind of taking it anyway before they called it. So it is 9 seconds to go. Second down and 20.
Well, actually, it's only 2nd and 10 right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
It was goal, but they erased that play somehow and got it right. And give Coach Zortman credit, because he's the one that called the ref over and said, hold on here. You know, you can't do both.
Either that or they were going with the NFL rule, and it's spot foul.
Steel High is so dangerous. They have weapons that can strike from anywhere here. And really, the 1st and 10, 1st and 20 makes no difference. There's only 9 seconds left.
Rollers with a 6-point lead here, 9 seconds to go before halftime. 2nd down and 10 from the 20. Irby gonna throw. It's up there, and it's through the hands. It was intended for Flowers and too deep. Ryder Knoll went up and couldn't get it. 3rd down and 10 with 3 seconds to go.
So let's see if they try a field goal. This kid has enough leg to kick it from there if they want to. But it looks like they're going to go for it. Flowers gets up a little gimpy there from that. Nice coverage. Again, that was good coverage by Delone, because I think they knew it was out of play. So it's time for one more play, I guess. They're not kicking a field goal.
It's going to be trips to the right. Hammonds, Flowers, and Green are down here. Irby's going to throw, and it's out of bounds. They're going to throw a flag for pass interference, and they're going to get an untimed down.
Who interfered? I didn't see that.
They're calling Hefner, but I didn't think he did. Wow.
The ball was thrown out of the end zone. That's a tough call, but I guess, you know, we didn't see it, but apparently he did. They marked the ball at the 10-yard line. And Steel High will get an untimed down. Again, Coach Zortman would like an explanation of what happened.
And there's going to be a timeout taken here.
I hate when them calls are made in the sideline of the team that benefited the call. But again, we really couldn't see that deep, you know, but the ball looked like it was thrown out of bounds anyway, or not out of bounds, but out of play.
And it didn't look like there was a lot of contact, but again, no, that's
75
yards and across the field and 2 stories down. So,
but it's going to give Steel High a chance to get in the end zone here. Now they might be trying for a field goal now. I think they're bringing in Hernandez here.
Ball is at the 10-yard line.
Be a 27-yard field goal.
3rd and goal at the 10-yard line.
Why is he coming over to the middle of the field?
I think he got lost there for a minute.
Okay, so Steel High lining up to try the 27-yard field goal. Pryor, the holder. Hernandez to kick it. It's up. And it is good. So at halftime, it's going to be 16-7, Steel High over the Squires. And now you talked about how important the halftime adjustments are going to be, and here they come.
Yeah, that's a shame that pass interference penalty cost Delone 3 points there. And I think Coach Zortman's going to have a word with the refs as he crosses the field there, because it was a very, very tough call. But that Hernandez has a big foot. He can kick the ball, and I thought they might even try it the first time, the 37-yarder. Because he had enough there to get that through.
So it is halftime, and I just got signal that the band's going to bag the halftime performance here with the wet field. So I guess we're going to have to do a song and dance, Tony.
Wow.
They can't start that clock fast enough, I can tell you.
Well, 16-7, and like I said, it was 13-7. Pass interference. Delone had 4 pass interference calls, which very, very tough. And, you know, the only one I have any problem with was the last one, to tell you the truth. The other ones were pass interference. There was no doubt about it. That last one, I have no idea what happened there. But it gave them an untimed down, and they kicked the field goal. So here we are. Looks like the rain stopped again. 16-7 Steel High at half. Delone gets the ball coming out.
And we're going to go ahead and turn it over to Bill Smith here for a minute and take a quick break.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. At last count, we have about 850 people watching, which is amazing and scary. But just wanted to touch base with everybody and give a couple of announcements about things that are going on with DCBN and with the school in general. This weekend on Sunday was to be an in-person open house, and actually with as many people as we got committing to come, I think we kind of went over our limit, and we're backing off on that and going to move toward something virtual instead of on the 1st, on the 8th. We also have here with DCBN on Monday, we're going to not have the JV game. That's been canceled. But also Wednesday, we're going to have 7th and 8th grade game. And Thursday, as I think is becoming quickly a tradition, we're going to broadcast the Thursday morning mass. It'll be at 9:40 with our new chaplain, Father Miller, who is actually in the booth here with us, checking out the system, checking out the way Danny controls everything and switches stuff up and gets the bells and whistles going. But if we could, I'd like to introduce our new chaplain, Father Sam Miller. Oh, that's right. We have the. Father doesn't know our setup. Yeah, we do have actually an in. Yeah, we want to.
Wow. So is this like the co-host mic then?
Well, we have it's two.
All right.
So
are there normally two of you?
Yeah. Well, there's usually George and Tony, or Tony and Eric.
Okay.
So there's usually two people doing games, one on play-by-play and one on commentary.
I got you. Hello, everyone. My name is Father Sam Miller. I'm the new chaplain here at Delone. I'm losing my voice a little bit, which is probably why, the priests shouldn't be on the sidelines because they'll lose their voice. We need our voice to say mass and stuff, but oh my gosh.
And we have a ton of people out on 6th Street. People at
crowd.
People in pickup trucks. Some that I think have I heard were here since like Tuesday.
Okay.
Just getting a spot.
Like tailgating.
Yep.
I thought I smelled something cooking on a grill.
Oh well, some of that might be across the street. Mr. Green has some. He drives a bus for a lot of our sporting events.
I gotcha.
So he's also a big fan. Ryan King's grandfather, and they have a little get together going, a watch party.
Oh, all right. I gotcha. So who are we broadcasting to?
Well, right now it's to YouTube, and we have about 850 people watching.
Right. Wow.
850 devices.
Okay.
If you count places like the Knights of Columbus and the Home and Miss Creations in on the Square.
That's awesome.
It could be a ton of people.
That's awesome.
So I welcome everybody who's watching.
All of our guests.
Yeah, it's weird having so few people here, but it doesn't feel empty, especially with the people out on the street, and knowing that we have so many people watching here. It was just 2 weeks ago that we started with broadcasting mass here, and I think as long as you're willing, I like what we're doing with it.
Absolutely, that's fine. We're used to it at this point. It's the one thing that COVID allowed us to do was kind of expand, and so getting in front of a camera and stuff.
I think it did with distance learning and doing virtual or a hybrid back and forth. That's moved that along 5 or 10 years in the span of 5 months.
Sure.
Because we had to.
Yeah.
And I think even in the spring, we kind of went right into it.
Sure.
Some of the public schools took a couple weeks to get their bearings. We took Monday.
Okay.
And then we were back. We took every Monday as a development day.
Sure.
And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday were our classes. So
I gotcha.
It came together as best we could. I remember being out the other side of the shack as part of graduation as the kids were coming down, and they had stations down the street here for different things. We did what we needed to keep to follow the rules and keep ourselves safe.
Exactly.
We're going to continue with that, although with the cold weather coming, it stands to reason that the cases are gonna spike.
Yeah, it stands to reason cases are going to spike. And I thought it was going to snow a little bit tonight, but
we're
it's
not
just
quite
rain.
there. We're
It's
still
just rain.
We're still in the 40s. I can get a quick weather update. We're 45 degrees, but there is a freeze warning for the morning.
Well, they were saying like a couple days ago it's going to be in the 20s. Then it was only a 10% of rain when I checked this morning.
Well, that's football weather, so it doesn't.
That's right.
Well, I say that since I'm kind of in the cold, but out of the rain. 10 feet that way, it's a lot less comfortable.
It just can't make up its mind. Like,
Yep.
I asked the Lord, but He might not be listening to me. That's right. Yeah. Well, thanks for having me up in the booth.
Yeah, I'd say we're coming up on about 8 minutes left if we want to give back to the guys. But again, welcome,
Absolutely.
Father.
Their voices sound better than mine.
It's exciting to have you here, and thanks for stopping up.
Very glad. Thank you very much for your
welcome. We'll hand
welcome.
back over to the A team. And
B team signing off.
The A team's not here. George is in Maine.
No, thank you very much. I appreciate it. The only thing that's cold on me.
I'm back.
So, clock ticking here in halftime, 8 minutes until you get the 3 minutes of warm up. But I did take a quick look, and Tony, this is the first time all season the Squires have trailed. So, while there is experience from this team, and certainly they've been in some big positions before, the coaches aren't going to dwell on that, and they don't know that, because I'm a stat geek and I know these things. But what are they telling the guys in here? What adjustments do you make, and how do you come back from a 9-point deficit with a half a football to go?
Well, the adjustments they have to make have to be offensive adjustments. They have to move the ball. They have to, get something going offensively. They can't throw the ball away in a pitch where, they look like they don't know what's going on. We said the keys to the game were very easy before the game, and they are. You can't turn the ball over, which Delone did, gave Steelton a short field. The whole second quarter was played from the 50 down to the 6th Street, so you can't have that. And 4 pass interference penalties, that gave Still High new life each time. They got the call. We had them in a hole, and you leave them out by making pass interference calls. And it's very hard not with the height and athleticism of these Still High receivers. Very tough to cover them without putting your hands on them and trying to chuck them at the line of scrimmage. And like I said, the only one I disagreed with was the one there at the end of the first half, which, you're going to have to convince me that was an the defensive pass interference. But, I thought Still High should have kicked the field goal with 9 seconds left. This kid has a big foot. He can boot the ball. So the only thing is the offensive, you're going to have to get a decent kick return and make some first downs and try to make things happen.
Yeah, and I mean, that's one of the things that I've noticed, in preparation for these games throughout the season, maybe the one area where the Squires really could have improved is they have been significantly more penalized than the opposition. And I don't know, it's hard to tell if there's, something, not necessarily something to that, but if it's, if it's a trend or if it's something that they're doing or not doing. But certainly that hurt here in the first half.
Well, Still High got penalized too. They had a couple penalties, but they worked their way out of it. Yeah. The 1st and 20 to them is not the same as 1st and 20 to a wing T run the ball first team. Still High has the weapons to throw it out there. My only other suggestion would be maybe put a little more pressure on the quarterback. But if you do that, what do you give up, on the outside? I'm sure that's a decision Coach Sortman's going to have to make. I think the biggest series coming up is right here at the start of the second half. Delone gets the ball. They got to make something happen. They got to get back in the game. They don't want to go down 3 scores.
Well, and it almost seems like Steel High is daring them to throw the ball because, they've stacked everybody up at the line of scrimmage, and that Tate Niederer made him pay on that first possession right after the fumble. He split a seam and then was gone 30 yards for the touchdown. But other than that, they're bunching everybody up there within a yard or two of the line of scrimmage. So, I don't know certainly the wing T offense the way you do, but I mean, is there play action pass in there, or are there quick slants, or there?
Yeah, there's waggles and stuff like that. But the thing that comes on is you're going to have time to throw the ball because them 9 guys are also coming.
Right.
So you either have to start popping quickies to the tight end. They tried a screen, which didn't work, and I think the screen, as you mentioned during your play-by-play, was there. They were going to get some yardage on it. Well, I don't know how much. But when they put 9 guys at the line of scrimmage and come on like that, it takes away your counters and stuff that you run out of the wing T because the penetration will blow that up. What's going to happen is Tate or somebody's going to have to find, just like they did in the 34-yard run, they're going to have to find, the holes and start picking them up. The quarterback can throw the ball, if they run the waggle, hit the fullback in the flat, stuff like that, quick passes. But until you make them, they're not going to back off. They're going to keep the 9 guys at the line of scrimmage. And why not? I mean, it's working for them.
Yeah, why argue it's the whole, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And certainly, that's working for Steel High. And, it's not like the mistakes have been one-sided. I mean, certainly they made a big one.
Well, sure, yeah. That they had their fumble and Delone capitalized on that. They capitalized on Delone's fumble. It's just they have the ability to compromise or come back from their penalties. Like I said, 1st and 20 don't mean the same to them as it does to a wing T run first team.
Right. Bill, do we have any out-of-town scores?
Couple halftime scores for you. We got Biggerville 12, Hanover 0.
We got some. What was that?
Central York 20,
Big.
Central Dolphin 9.
Central York leads Central Dolphin in a big game, 20-9, and that's a semifinal game in 6A.
Northeastern 24, Dover 13.
Hanover's losing 12-0 at half to Biggerville.
Littletown 34, Fairfield 0. Middletown 12, Union Springs 0. Spring Grove 10, Southwest 0. York Suburban 21, Susquehanna 0. And New Oxford 28, West York 0.
New Oxford's leading at half 28-0, and New Oxford already has qualified for their 5A championship, or 5A semifinal next week.
Red Lion all over Dallastown in that rivalry game.
Steel High back in the field already. Here comes the Squires out of the shack. We are at JT Flaherty Field here in campus of Delone Catholic High School. The majority of the people hoping for a Squire comeback here in the second half. Remember, the winner of this gets the gold medal. The loser gets the silver. The winner also gets the District 4 champion at their home field next Friday night.
Yeah, that game, Muncie and Canton, is being played tonight, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
And then the winner of that game, the 3A champion and the 4A champion, goes on the road to the 1A or not 1A, the District 1 or District 2 champion, whoever wins that game. And right now that's looking, I think, in District 2, there are only 2 teams, and one of them has opted out. So Holy Cross and Dunmore is going to be the District 2 champion, at least the representative. And I think Bristol is the only team that's played enough games to qualify in District 1, and that's for whoever wins that game. If they're coming from District 3, boy, that's a long haul. That's 3 hours either way you slice it. But lot to happen between now and then for one of these 2 teams.
Yeah, whoever loses tonight, their season ends with a medal, either silver or gold. But so Delone's going to have to try to make something happen here with the second half kickoff and see what adjustments were made at halftime. I hope Tate Nieder's okay. It looked like he was dinged up there a little bit on defense, but he came back in the game. But other than his long run, Delone's offense has been very, very limited tonight.
Yeah, it's something that we've not been used to seeing because, by and large, most of the Squires games haven't been close. And you can say the same thing for the Steamrollers, too. I mean, they played the 36-26 game against Camp Hill 2 weeks ago, but everything else has just been, and they're blowing the doors off of people this year.
Yeah, holding Steelton-High to 16 points at halftime is sort of a win.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew Steelton-High was going to score. Delone's going to have to try to match them here in the second half. They're down 9, and like you said, they're not used to playing from behind. So I'm not sure Coach Zortman has enough, experience. He's not going to panic. He's going to come out here and try to run his offense and try to get into the end zone.
Well, and what should be said, too, is you come into a game like this and you see the stats before up to this point, and everything screams high-powered offense for Steel High, but their defense has played pretty well here tonight.
Yeah, and the turning point of this whole first half is Steel High punting when they did. In the 45-yard line, we thought they might go for it. They were on the Delone's 45, down 7-0. They punted, got Delone in, played field position. They scored. They scored again. And ever since they punted, Delone has not been able to, run their offense.
Yeah, no, you're right about that because, the Squires have basically been inside their own 30 since that point. So
yeah, we thought. Well, when they went for it the first time, we thought, well, they're going to go for it out here, and they're on the Delone 45, but they didn't. They punted the ball, and as it turned out, that was a key play by Coach Irby.
So we're getting close to the kickoff of the second half here in the 2020 PIAA District 3 M&T Bank Class 1A Football Championship. Brian Hernandez out there to kick it again for Steel High. And I know it's just my imagination, but I feel like every time he kicks off, he's getting a little bit closer here off the left hash.
He is. He's coming into the middle.
And the Squires will send Tate Niederer deep and Ryder Knoll, so...
And actually, they switched. Tate came to the...
Yeah, that was the last kickoff of the first half. They were lined up this way, too, because Niederer brought it back. This is going to be a kick to Niederer. It gets through him. He picks it up at the 10, and now he's got... Oh, he had a crack there, but it closed pretty quickly, and there is a flag down over there on the far side at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I'm really getting tired of seeing flags coming from the sideline over there. And they got another hold against Delone, which is going to put them back in the backfield. I'd like to see a guy on this sideline throw a flag.
Yeah, it looked like, obviously the penalty would have negated it anyway, but when the ball hit the ground there and Niederer had to go back to the 10, there was a big gap that opened up right in the middle of that formation, and the Rollers did a good job to close it down and stuff him.
But most of the flags have come from over there. I'm not sure Coach Zortman's very happy about that.
So it's first down and 10 from the 13-yard line. Squires down 16-7. The give is to Niederer. He's got nowhere to go. The first guy in there was number 53, Andrew Irby Jr. Short gain, second down and 9.
Tate tried to wiggle away but couldn't make it. Like I said, they have 9 guys up there. Big number, yeah, Andrew Irby Jr., he's a big kid just clogging up the middle.
6'3", 235, and he's a freshman. Got to think we're going to hear a lot from him over the next 3 years. Colton Keller back to throw, rolling out to his left, and he is swarmed under. Number 52 is...
And he's got to throw that ball. He can't. He has to throw it out here and get it away. They have too many guys up there to block.
Tydre Holland Ali and number 10, Jayon Perry, both in on that. Big loss back to the 5-yard line.
But that holding penalty right off the kickoff put him in a spot. And you just can't have that.
Third down and 18 from their own 5. And that's fumbled on the snap. Keller picks it up, but he was on a knee, so it's going to be fourth down and 19 from the 4.
Now we're seeing some sloppiness here, which is going to have to be corrected.
It's been very uncharacteristic of the Squires, but again, when they have pressure put on them like this that hasn't been all year, Snap, punt. It gets out of here, and it's going to be a short punt, but it gets a good roll. And Tate Meter will down it at the 41-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Steel High.
Yeah, it's actually a 36-yard punt. Not bad. It gets Steel High out here to the 41.
Defense needs to dig in here because you're right, Ed. This becomes a 3-score game. It's an awful tough uphill climb from there. 2 receivers split to the left. Hammond's down here to the right. The give is to Green, and he has stood up but fights his way forward. Michael O'Brien in there, and Wyatt Schussler bring him down.
Short gain on the play.
Going to be a gain of 2, it looks like. 2nd down and 8. Just underway here in the 3rd quarter. Steel High up 16-7 with the ball. Hammonds is in motion. Ball's on the ground. Green picks it up, and he is.
Skovich made the tackle.
Sam
Nice tackle.
Skovich. Sam Skovich has been, I think Steel High has put the ball on the ground 4 times, and Sam Skovich has been right there for 3 of them. So it's going to be a loss down, or back to the 41. 3rd down and 10 now for the Rollers. Trips to the left. Irby back to throw. He's got time. He's complete to Flowers, or it's not Flowers, it's Tyrone Moore, and he is hit and brought down right away by Ryder Knoll, so it'll be 4th down for the Rollers.
Brings up 4th down.
4th down, and let's call it a long 3.
It was good coverage. Knoll got there. You could make a case that he got there a touch early, but a good play by Ryder Knoll. Irby checks in with the sideline. He moves Green
They're going
over
to get
to his
penalty
right.
here.
And just before the play clock runs out, we do get a timeout. Steel High with 8:03 to go in the 3rd. Rollers lead 16-7. Decision to make here on 4th down and 4.
That timeout had to be called just before the penalty because the back judge was reaching for his flag. I was watching him doing the count. So apparently he heard timeout come from the Steel High bench. Big play here for the Squire defense.
We say that a lot, but you can make a case that there's been a lot of big plays here for both sides.
You know, you're right about Skovich, too. He's been so close to that ball every time it's been on the ground.
I mean, Green did a good job to get on that, but he had nowhere to go because Skovich was wrapped around his ankles. So here we go. Rollers back out with 2 receivers split to the near side and 1 to the far side. Irby's going to throw. He's got time. He's got Moore behind everybody, and it's going to be incomplete. Good coverage by Ryder Knoll. I thought
he had it too. I thought Moore had it, but Knoll must have knocked it out down there.
So
and for the first time in a long while, there's no flag out there, so Delone's going to take over. And a nice play by Ryder Knoll.
Yeah, he had
nice throw by that quarterback.
Yes, it was.
I mean, he is talented.
That's another one. He and his brother are both freshmen.
It looks like Ryder Knoll's coming in here at quarterback for the Squires, so we got a little bit of a change here. Let's see what Coach Zortman has up his sleeve here.
Dylan Zimmerman split wide to the left, as he's been much of the night. And the ball's on the ground again. It looks like the Steamrollers have it.
And you changed the quarterback, and that's what happened. Ryder didn't get the snap.
Number 10, Jayon Perry with the recovery. And we have an injured Squire on the play.
Steel High will take over when play resumes. It looks like the 35-yard line. 77 for the Squire.
Elijah Stahl. He's up now under his own power, hobbling off a little bit, but
So Delone changed quarterbacks, and the first play was a fumbled snap. Steelton takes over on the 34-yard line.
there's another one of those big plays we talk about. The Squires get the turnover on downs and cough it right back up on the next play. And more of this game still being played at this end of the field. Ball's at the 34-yard line. Irby gives it to Green. He's looking for the right side. He's got the corner. Zimmerman knocks him out of bounds, but it's a big gain and it's going to be enough for a first down.
Nice run by Green. That time he took it up the middle, dipped in and took it outside.
You talked earlier in the game. I mean, Green has good stats for the year, but it's easy for him to get lost in all these receivers and the big eye-popping pass plays, but Green's had a really good night for the Rollers. And there he's got it again, going up the middle. This time he was slowed down by Nick Groft and then Dylan Staub and Zach Fields there to finish it up. Short game. Clock still rolling, 7.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Second and about 9.
Irby looking to throw. And they had coverage over and under Moore. And
That Ryder Noah get up there and knock that away.
yeah,
Still high.
and double covered and the throw was too high. It'll be third down and 9 now for the Rollers.
Flowers over there way out to the left.
Trips to the left side. Irby fakes to Green, throws out to the flat, and dropped out there by Damian Hammonds to bring up fourth down and long. And now, Tony, what do you do? I mean, what's the range on Hernandez?
Well, it's a 41-yard field goal if they decide to kick it, but I don't think they're gonna. I think they're giving the quarterback a play right now. You got to look for Green or Flowers now, I guess. Well, can we say it again? Another big play for the Delone defense.
Yeah. Irby drops back to pass, looks in the right flat, and Green's not looking for him. And it's going to be another turnover on downs, so the Squires get it back.
Delone did it again. They stopped him, and I'm not sure if Green catches that ball. He goes very much further anyway because Tate Nieder was right there knocking on the door. But that time, Delone decided to put a little pressure. They brought one of the outside backers. And they're going to take over at their, what have we got here, the 21-yard line.
Yep.
And it is Ryder Knoll going in there,
Knoll
quarterback.
back in. Elijah Staub back in there, left tackle, so looks like he's going to be able to play through whatever ailed him. Knoll rolling out to his left, throws. He's got a man. It's Schussler down the field. He's across midfield and driven out of bounds by Flowers into Steel High territory.
Ryder Knoll rolled out here to the left and hit the tight end, which they tried to do earlier. Big play, got him from the 21 to the 44.
First down and 10, and the biggest play in a long time for the Squires offense.
35-yard play.
Knoll up under center. This time he gives to Corey Hefner, looking for room to run out around the right side. He's got about 3, brought down by 4 or 5 white shirts out there.
And hello this side of the field.
Started by number 56, Eugene Green for Steel High. Second and 8 going.
And kick returns is really the only thing we've seen down here.
Yeah. Let's see if that pass play knocked them back a little bit.
Second down and 8 for the Squires. He's going to roll out to his left again. He's under pressure, ducks the first man, but he's brought down by number 7, Tyshawn Holland Ali.
By number 7, Tyshawn Holland Ali.
Looks like they were coming back with the same play. They tried to get the tight end over down the left side here.
Ball's midfield, 3rd down and 16 for the Squires. 6 minutes to go now in the 3rd quarter. Noel fakes the give to Hefner, throws it back to him, and he catches it, and he's going to be brought down for a big loss by Holland Ali. He's looking for a face mask and isn't going to get it.
Yeah, Coach Zortman wanted a face mask there.
Loss of 10 more on the play.
Tried to waggle throwback, but it wasn't there. They tried to run it into the short side of the field. Delone's going to have to punt it out of here.
4th down and a country mile. Keller to kick it away. It's an end-over-end punt. It hits.
And I know they're trying to kick it away from Flowers, but you got to get a little deeper than that.
Hits on the sideline right at the 35, but it is Steel High's worst field position in a long time. 5:02 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Delone got a little bit of a spark there from the first play, and then the sack of the quarterback really hurt him.
Two backs in the backfield, one receiver each way. Now Green going in motion out to the left, clearing him out for Flowers. And there's Fields and Schussler and several other black shirts to bring him down for a loss.
Yeah, that was a good, and then Zach Groff finished him off.
Loss of 1 on the play. 2nd and 11.
That'll be news to Zach, by the way.
I'm sorry.
See all these guys out here.
I was thinking Schussler, and I said,
all these guys out here wearing their brothers and their dad's numbers. Give this time is to Green. He's looking for a hole. He finds a little bit of running room. Tate Niederer hangs on to his ankles. Brings him down after a gain of about 5.
looks like Dylan Staub was in there, 234. 3rd down and 7.
Brings up 3rd down.
Rollers have, looks like 4 receivers out there to the left side. It's going to be a give to Green, and he's stopped for a loss in the backfield. Tate Niederer and Alex Timmons to bring up 4th down and 10.
Brings up 4th and 8.
That was the best defensive series all night for the Squires. Looks like the Rollers are going to punt this away.
Jayon Perry in here to kick it away. And that is Ryder Knoll back there at his own 30-yard line. 3:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. Good snap. Then he drops the ball. He's going to pull it down and try to run for it, and he's going to get the 1st down. He's into Squires territory. There's a flag down, out of bounds. Is the ball carrier around the 43, and we'll see what we have here.
The flag's laying on the 42.
They put it back to
The 45. If it's a block in the back or something, it'll come back, but I'm not sure that's going to matter much. So he dropped the ball and picked it up and got the 1st down. They're talking to Steel High again. I'm not sure.
Hold on Steel High. But it's right at the line to gain, so it's going to be 1st down and 10. Wow.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough one.
Going to be 1st down, Steel High.
1st and 10. They got the penalty, but they had enough yardage to pick up.
Exactly what they needed out of that play to get the 1st down.
Tough break for the Squires, but nice play by the punter for Steel High, knowing what to do with that ball.
And we're going to have another penalty flag. It's going to be a false start on the Rollers. Bring up 1st down and 15 at the 40.
Things getting a little sloppy out there now.
Really, both ways. A lot of penalties, a lot of fumbles.
1st and 15 at the 40-yard line.
Handoff to Green. He's looking for the right end, cuts it back up. He is back across the original line of scrimmage and to the 47-yard line.
Down by number 10, Ryder Knoll.
Second down and about 8. Ryder Knoll on the stop.
Nice patient run that time by Green.
Second and 8.
Sweeping the right side, cut it back up the middle. Good vision, good run.
I've been really impressed with him tonight. Doesn't try to get ahead of himself and lets his blockers set him up. Flowers is in motion. The give again to Green. Michael O'Brien tags along for that, but he spins out of it and gets another 5 or 6. Across midfield into Squires territory.
Third down.
Third down and about 2. One of the tighter formations we've seen the Rollers run tonight. Flowers wasn't where he was supposed to be. Now he's set on the other side. And we're going to have false start again.
Yeah, not only that, they had 8 men on the line of scrimmage, and Flowers was actually, he covered the inside man.
False start, still alive.
So instead of 3rd and a short 2, 3rd down and 7 now.
7 at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, that looked like a mess from the start. They didn't know where they were going. Their Rollers are getting their play now.
Both ways. A lot of this looks like a week 1 in a normal.
Yeah.
And a lot of penalties, a lot of mental mistakes. Flowers coming in motion. Irby throws, and then we're going to have, now they're finally going to get him for cutting it up
It was
early.
motion again, yeah. The same thing happened there. He cut it up, and that stopped the play. It's going to cost Steel High 5 more.
That'll bring up 3rd down and 12.
It'll be 3rd and 12 for Steel High at the 43-yard line.
Two receivers split wide to the left and one to the near side. Green goes in motion. Schussler
Screen
tried to
pass
put a little
was dropped
pressure.
number 5.
Tyrone Moore, incomplete.
He had some room, but dropped the ball, so it's 4th down and 12, and Steel High will have to punt.
Yeah, that might have been a big gainer if he holds on to that.
Tate Niederer and Ryder Knoll both going to be deep for the Squires.
Perry in the punt for Steel
Perry
High.
in there to punt again.
Beckett, Knoll, and Niederer.
See if he runs that dribble play again that it was so successful the last time. This time he gets it away. It's an end-over-end punt, muffed by Niederer, and Ryder Knoll gets on it at the 25-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Squires. 1:33 to go in the 3rd quarter. Steel High with a 16-7 lead here in the 2020 PIAA District 3 M&T Bank Football Championship.
And it looks like Ryder Knoll, the sophomore, is going to stay in the game here. Ryder listed. I don't have his listing here, do I? Sure I do. 5'11", 165. See if the Squires can get something going here.
Knoll is up under center. O'Brien in motion. Give is to Tate Niederer. Bounces it to the right side. He's got room to run. He's shoved out of bounds across the 40. And there's a flag over there.
Well, sure there is. See what it is? Tate had the 1st down. They're marking it at about the 42-yard line. Steel High's moving back, and so's Delone.
I think they're going to get Tate for a shove on the tackler out there. Which I'm not sure I've ever seen before. That's what it
Personal
is.
foul.
It's going to be a dead ball foul, so it's going to be first down, I guess. So they'll mark 15 from there. So Delone, they're actually going to gain 2 yards, but it's going to stay first down. They're going to say that was a dead ball foul. And it's going to be 1st and 10 the Squires from now to 27. Again, a call made on that sideline.
Guess that's one way to gain 2 yards.
Yeah, pick up 17.
Noel rolling out to his right. Throws. It's complete along the sideline to Wyatt Schussler for a gain of about 6. Bring up 2nd down and 4.
Nice throw by Noel that time.
Gain of 6 on the play, 2nd and 4.
Tough situation to put Noel in here, but he's doing okay.
Yeah, after the fumbled exchange on the first play that didn't result in any points for Steel High, he settled in a little bit and he looks about as comfortable as you can for a sophomore quarterback in this
Squares
situation.
going to a double tight end set.
Hefner coming in motion. It's going to be an option play. The pitch is to Hefner. He's got the left corner. He's around the corner, and that is Tyrone Moore came in to put the hit on, but Hefner gave him the brunt of it. First down for the Squires at the 45.
Found a little something at an option to the short side here.
We'll call it the 44, but it's still first down and 10. Clock running close to a minute here in the 3rd quarter. Noel pitches to Tate Nieder, who cuts it back up inside, and he's going to be tackled for a short gain. That is Tydre Holland Ali.
The other name we've been calling all night.
Well, there are 2 of those. Tyshawn's number 7 and Tydre is number 52. So
Wow.
that's not really fair. There's 2 of them running double duty there. But yes, those guys have played a solid game too for the Rollers. 2nd down and 8 now for the Squires. Inching to the end of the 3rd quarter. Noel rolling to his left, plants, and he's going to be sacked by Eugene Green.
Loss on the play.
It's a big loss back to the 36-yard line.
And it's very tough to run the play action when they got 9 guys up there at the box coming.
Bring up 3rd down and 18.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
That is the end of the 3rd with Steel High up 16-7 here. 1 quarter to go to decide District Gold and who moves on to the PIAA playoffs beginning next week. No scoring, a lot of sloppiness, but some life out of the Squires offense in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. You just can't seem to get anything sustained. Sixth Street lined with people down there.
And certainly, I mean, it's obviously the most competitive and the most riding on a game we've had here all year, but pretty vocal crowd here tonight.
Yeah.
It almost feels normal in that regard.
Squires have trips.
3rd down and 18. Looks like the receiver got going too soon. Michael O'Brien complete in the right flat. He's going to be shoved out of bounds and thrown down at the 15.
He was way out of bounds when he was hit. There's no flag
The
over
Delone
here.
Catholic sideline wants a penalty, and they're not going to get it.
Brings up 4th down for the Squires.
Going to call him out at the 41, 4th down and about 13. Squires are going for it here.
We don't have a punter in. No, we're punting. Lone's going to have to call a timeout.
Timeout, Squires.
Timeout, Delone.
Just underway here in the fourth quarter.
Another great performance by our Squire marching band and Squire cheerleaders.
Not that it's really in their DNA, but does, you know, Steel High gets the ball back. It's a two-score game. Do they try to slow it down here a little bit and drain this clock, or do they just keep going quick strike?
You're right. It's not in their DNA. They might give the ball to Green a little more, or Flowers out of the backfield, not try to throw it, but they'll still run their up-tempo offense. They won't huddle.
Keller in there to punt. Corrals the snap. Here's a high, swirling punt. Hits the ground and takes a Squire roll. And it's going to roll dead down around the 17-yard line, where it's touchdown there by Tate Niederer.
At the 17-yard line.
Best punt of the night for Keller.
Had some weird knuckling action to it, but it was a good high hang time punt, and then got a good roll for the Squires. So Steel High has a long way to go here.
See if the Squires can keep them there and make something happen. Time running out, 11:40 left in the game.
And the give is going to be to Green, and he is swallowed up by Nick Groff.
Number 54, Nick Groff. Short gain on the
Gain
play.
of bigger gain than I thought. Looks like a gain of 2, maybe 3. Clock rolling, 11:15 to go. Man in motion is Hammonds. The give is to Green. And he is taken down by Tate Niederer and Michael O'Brien.
Number 24, Tate Niederer.
Gains another
Gain of
5.
3 on the play, 33.
Out to the 24-yard line. Third down and 3. Green's got it again. He's got enough for the first down.
Green again up the middle.
Up to about, what, the 30-yard line out there?
O'Brien and Timmons on the stop.
And you might get that steady diet of Green now.
First and 10 from the 30. Each team with 2 timeouts left here as we go through the fourth quarter. Green has it again. Cuts back against the grain. He's dragging Squire tacklers. Got another first down. Takes about 4 of them to bring him down, and then we're going to have another penalty flag coming from the other side.
From the same side. From the same side of the field, that flag comes in.
That's going to be 15 more against the Squires.
Personal foul, Delone.
Be into Squire territory again.
And the Squires have to have well over 100 yards in penalties here tonight. And the flag again came from the Steel High sideline.
First down, Steel High at the 41-yard line.
Clock starts at 10 minutes. First down and 10 from the 41. Green has it. He
Finds a
makes the
little bit of
first
room out
guy
there.
miss. Gets shoved out of bounds. A lot of commotion over there again.
Knocked out of bounds by number 34, Dylan
Ball
Stahl.
spotted at the 34-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 4, Steel High.
Second down and 4.
Nice run that time by Green. Tough runner once he makes it to the outside. Great vision.
Herbie checking with the sideline, has the play, gets the snap, it's to Green. He picks his way, he's got close to another first down. He's gonna have it looks like, near the 30.
Number 24, Bratton, doing a great job as the lead blocker out there for Steel High also.
Second by Chase Meter. Brings up first down, Steel High.
First down and 10 from the 31, clock running with 9:18 to go. Steel High with the 9-point lead and driving. He's gonna hold it and pass, throws it out to Flowers. Makes the first guy miss, he's down the sideline, he's got enough for another first down.
Yeah, they're going to mark him right
Knocked
at
out of bounds by number 19, Dylan Zimmerman.
the 20, just enough for the first down, I believe.
At the 20-yard line.
Green again, up the middle, spins out of a tackle, but into about 4 other Squires.
Green up the middle.
Still gonna be a decent gain.
Give him 4.
Short gain on the play.
All right, 3.
Brings up
Ball to
second and
17. You're right, still tempo and all green.
Got a horse ride him. Like I said, 24 doing a great job. as the lead
Flowers in
blocker.
motion, the give to Green. And he breaks into the secondary, makes a man miss, and he's in for the touchdown. Odell Green again for the Rollers.
into the touchdown.
17-yard touchdown run. That was a fake jet sweep and a trap up the middle. Green didn't miss the hole.
He does just a great job of keeping his legs moving when he gets that first contact. And I don't know if he's been brought down by a single guy all night.
Yeah, there's a reason he has, almost 1,000 yards in 5 games.
Hernandez in here to tackle on the extra point for the Rollers. Down, up, and good. 8:21 to go in the fourth quarter. Steel High 23, Delone Catholic 7.
Left in the game. Steel High 23, Delone Catholic 7.
Another drive aided by a 15-yard penalty against the Squires. And it's still actually a 2-touchdown game, 16 points behind, 2 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions. But with the Squire offense, the way it has been, it's going to be very tough. You figure you hold Steel High to 23, you got a shot.
Yeah. But again, like I said, it's easy to get lost in the gaudiness of their offensive stats, but their defense has played extremely well tonight.
Yes. Bringing all, well, they stopped the run, and that's what they did. They brought 9 guys up to stop the run. 8, 9 guys every time.
In the kick, number 16, Brian Hernandez.
He must just like the other side of the field because now he's working his way to the right hash.
Well, I think they want to try to keep it away from Tate. Delone needs a big return here, get something going.
Niederer and Knoll deep again. Slow approach. Squib kick. Timmons has it at the 45.
Well, there's your good field position.
Yeah.
On a recovery for Delone.
I'm not sure if that was tried an onside kick or he just missed it.
Doesn't have to be exciting.
That's right. Timmons make the nice play at the 45 where Delone will take over right there.
Ryder Knoll still in there at quarterback. 8:20 to go. Squires down by 16, 23-7. Give is to Tate Niederer. He's forced to bounce it back by Eugene Green, who is then met by 3 or 4 teammates, and they bring Niederer down for a loss of about 4. Just really, really good job by the defensive end out there to keep contained.
Yeah, Delone tried to run more of a veer off tackle than up the middle that time, and it didn't work.
That's what you say. Keep him on your inside shoulder, and he did a great job of that.
Looks like we got Ryder no on a shotgun
Second
now.
and 15. Knoll stumbles, looking to throw. He gets hit as he throws. And on good footing, Zaheim Lewis may have had a shot to make the cut back here and intercept that. As it is, it floats harmlessly to the ground. Third down and 15.
Well, Delone had poor spacing on that. It's 22 and 24. Nieder and O'Brien are right in the same spot. And there has to be better spacing than that on that flood pattern, that's what it was. So the Squires have 7:41 here, but 3rd and 15. Again, shotgun trips.
Bobbles the snap, rolling out to his right. He's got some time, and nice play by number 2, Damian Hammonds. Broke that up. Dylan Zimmerman was right there and open, but Hammonds closed it down and batted it away. 4th down and 15 with 7:34 to go.
Delone's going to have to punt it away here.
Keller in there and Flowers deep for the Rollers. Kind of wandering around there near his own 30. Good snap. High punt. Gonna hit, and Flowers muffs it, and it's gonna be recovered by the Squires. Trent Giraffa is over there. And a huge break for the Squires.
Yeah, very huge break for the Squires. They got to stick it in the end zone here quick.
All he'd have had to do is let that roll.
Now we got a flag over there coming from that sideline again. Let's see what that's all about. They're talking about something over there. I don't know what it could be. I mean, they're 35 yards away from where the ball ended up.
And they're coming back.
This is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's see what the call is now. Delone recovered the ball down there at the 22-yard line.
Another personal foul against the Squires. That's
How can they hold on a punt?
Holding on the line.
I'd like Corey's going to have to get a that is, you know, and the call came from that sideline again. It's just unbelievable.
I think that was
unbelievable.
a personal foul signal.
You know, he said holding.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he said holding. Not a dead ball foul. He said a holding. I want to know how you hold on a punt. They called it on 54, I guess, because Nick's out there. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Ball spotted at the 25. Still
Delone has a
fourth down
big break taken away from him.
way behind the sticks. Keller to punt. This one,
Well,
over
Flower
his head,
just gonna
he's
let it
let
go.
that one go. Which I started to say before the penalty. He would have been advised to do that the last time because, I mean, once
Yeah.
it hit the ground, he should have just let it roll.
Right, and as wet as the ball is, he tried to pick it up and squirt it out of his hand. Holding on a punt, down when we punted the ball, just unbelievable. Was it personal foul? So we're being told it was a personal foul. I'd like to know what it was. Apparently it doesn't jive with what they told Coach Dortmund.
It is 1st and 10 for Steel High at the 27. 7:11 to go. Give us to Green again. He makes a couple of guys miss, and he's got another 5 yards or so out of bounds. Zach Fields over there on the tackle. Second down and about 6 now. Rollers setting it up here. 2 receivers split to the near side.
So we did get clarification. They did call a personal foul over there
Green
on the
picking
Squires.
his way into the second level again.
Green on the
Tackled
carry.
at the 35. It'll be
Brought down
3rd
by
down
number 59,
and
Colin Snyder.
the 36. 3rd down and 2. Colin Snyder on the
Third
tackle.
man score.
I thought that's what he said, but I don't see Snyder out there.
He just came off.
Oh, okay.
Colin just came off the field.
Flowers in motion. Green has it on the handoff. And he is going to be real close to the first down again. And he's got it. First down and 10 for the Rollers at their own 39.
Clock running, 23-7.
Ball at the 40-yard line. Rollers
So we saw a
score.
lot of penalties tonight that I've never seen in either coaching or announcing high school football.
Slowing the tempo way down. Hammond's in motion for the Rollers, and we're going to get a delay of game, it looks like. Be a 5-yard penalty back to the 35. Bring up first down and 15.
It's like some rain's back here.
Guess I'm not mowing the grass tomorrow.
Steelton.
Out of the shotgun. The give is to Green again. And short gain on the play.
Picking up a second down and
Green on the carry.
maybe 12. I think he got 3 on that.
Up the middle for a few yards. Brought down by Alex Timmons and Zach
a
Field.
Good sign of how good he's been tonight.
Oh, he's a great
A
back.
3-yard gain. Looks like
Yeah.
I really thought it was, maybe no gain or a yard. And there it is. 3-yard gain.
Keeps churning. Great back,
Yep.
great vision. And as we've seen, good speed.
And they're going to give it to him again. He's brought down across the 40 to the 42.
Brought down by number 22, Michael
3rd down
O'Brien.
and 8.
You know, in the first half, we saw him brought down, behind the line of scrimmage a couple times. But the second half, everything he does is falling forward.
43-yard line.
He's always picking up yardage, falling forward.
That kind of reminds me of what Tate Nieder has done all season long.
Yeah, exactly.
But he just hasn't been able to break through the 9-man box here for Steel High tonight. And Green's going to have it again. They had him at the 42, but he keeps churning, and he's going to be out to about the 47.
Short gain on the play.
4th down and about 3 with 4.5 minutes to go.
Brings up 4th down.
And they're gonna wait. They're gonna wait till the back judge puts his hand up now before they run a play.
Not that it would have been easy, but a first down here makes it all but impossible for the Squires. Irby to throw. He's got a man down the sideline. It's Flowers and incomplete, broken up by Dylan Zimmerman. Be first down and 10 for the Squires. 3:56 to go. 2 timeouts still in play for the Squires. Still a 2-possession game, and the rain coming down a lot harder now.
So Delone's going to get the ball right around the 47-yard line. And got to give Delone's defense a little credit. They played really good. Steel High's defense has been outstanding.
It's going to be Tate Niederer, and he is hit just across the line of scrimmage. He's out
Taking it off the
to
right side for the
into the
Squires.
45. Flowers on the bottom of the pile.
Flowers.
I'm with you. If you'd have told me that Steel High had 23 points with 4 minutes to go, I'd have thought the Squires would have been in pretty good shape.
Yep.
Out of the shotgun. Rolling to his left is Ryder Knoll. Throws it. Michael O'Brien complete into the secondary, and he's wrestled down inside the 10 by Tyshawn Holland Ali. Be first and goal for the Squires from the 9-yard line.
So if they can get in and get a 2-pointer.
Shades of last year, Tony.
Yeah. Too many penalties, though. Way too many penalties.
Out of the shotgun again. Niederer and Hefner in the backfield, and we've got timeout, Steel High.
Didn't like what they had defensively out there against the Delone offensive set, so they called a timeout.
3:03 to go.
And actually, Delone's inside the 10 there. It's first and goal at the 9. Nice throw by Ryder Knoll that time to O'Brien. O'Brien showed a little bit of speed there.
He kind of had Tate Niederer out there as an escort, but nobody really challenged that. I've been impressed with the way Ryder Knoll rolls to his left and still is able to set and make a good throw. That's a tough throw for a right-handed quarterback.
Yes, it is. Plus the pressure he's been under. Still High's putting relentless pressure on him. Both quarterbacks tonight have been under relentless pressure, Keller and Knoll. Let's see what does drawn up now. Right side of the field now happens to be the right side.
Out of the shotgun again. Niederer's the only back in the backfield. Hefner was in motion, and we got a penalty flag, illegal procedure. I think they got him for turning upfield too soon.
Yep.
Motion, offense.
So it'll be first and goal from the 14.
So 2 turnovers and mistakes just killed the Squires tonight.
If they stop at 150 yards in penalties tonight, I'll be surprised.
Well, not only the penalty yards, the yards lost because of the penalties.
Right.
If you figure that in. I mean, they recovered that fumble at the 22-yard line and had to come back to the 30, the other's 30.
O'Brien in motion. Low snap, corralled, throw, complete. Michael O'Brien, touchdown, Squires. And the Squires refuse to go away.
23-13, they need the 2-point conversion here. They have 2 timeouts left, Steel High with 1.
2:55 on the clock. Coming out in the shotgun again. It looks like the same formation they were in. It's Hefner out to the left and coming in motion now. Rolling to his right, the throw, and it's incomplete. Threw it a little bit short and behind Hefner.
Great spacing on that play, though, by the Squires. The receivers were all spaced very good. Just throw a little low, and O'Brien couldn't come up with it.
2:55 to go in the fourth quarter. 23-13. Steel High with the lead. Squires have 2 timeouts. Obviously, we'll be looking at an onside kick here as the rain continues to come down.
You know, looking at this game, preparing for it all week with George, who was here, you know, and just looking at how to put the over-under at 55 or 60. You know, here we got 36 points total between 2 of the highest scoring teams in District 3.
Yeah, 23 for both of these teams, usually about 2/3 of a quarter.
Putting a lot of heart here for the Delone guys, coming back and making it close anyway.
just can't say enough about what Steel High has done defensively tonight.
No, they played a great defensive game. Took away Delone's run, took away Tate Nieder on the runs, and except for that one long run Tate had, they kept him pretty well bottled up. He had another long run. It was called back by a penalty, but
Justin Emmy tees it up from midfield. I don't know if we've seen that all year, but obviously the onside kick coming here. Drills it right at the front line. It's recovered
by number 12.
Number 12 is Amari Williams. So Steel High with the ball, first down and 10 at the 48. 2:55 to go here in the fourth quarter, and it is pouring now. I did not think this was supposed to happen tonight.
No, neither did I. I thought we were all done by about.
Yeah, they said it was going to move out of here around 9 o'clock this morning and clear up, and it did, but now it's back.
So Delone has 2 timeouts left.
The give to Green, and he is blown up in the backfield. Who is that? Sam Skovich.
Skovich on a great tackle. The Delone's going to have to watch how much time they let run off the clock here.
The second down and 14 from the 44. Green has it again, picking his way, looking for the corner, and doesn't get it. Got 4 black shirts out there, and the Squires are going to call the second timeout. 2:15 to go, third down and 14.
Remember, Delone had to burn one of their timeouts on the punt early in here in the fourth quarter. So it's 2:15 left. A lot of heart here. They're not going to give up. I wouldn't think Steele would try a pass here and incomplete stop the clock, but you never know.
Yeah.
I think they would just run the ball and make Delone use their last time out, then punt it away.
Yeah, because the Squires have to score twice yet. It is a 10-point
Yeah, the miss of the 2-point conversion was huge. Actually, that field goal that kid kicked in the first, that Hernandez kicked right before half when they got a second chance on a penalty. This is going to be the story of this game, the penalties. It's poor now, like you said.
It is. And it's a direct snap. It's fumbled. The Squires have it. Dylan Stahl.
And they keep a timeout.
They were going to give it to Green on the direct snap, and he fumbled it, and Dylan Stahl right there to recover it at the 39-yard line. 2:11 to go. And still some life for the Squires.
So let's see what Delone dials up here. Still 2:11 left. Shotgun formation in this rain, that's going to be tough.
Man in motion is Michael O'Brien. Here he comes rolling out to the right again. Under pressure. And threw it behind Michael O'Brien.
Tried to float it in there to O'Brien, but it didn't work.
I can't imagine, just holding on to the ball is a chore right now, so touch is kind of out the window.
Do we have a penalty?
Sure we do. And it's a hold on the
against
Squires.
Delone. Bode from that sideline again. I hate to keep bringing it up, but that's where all the flags are coming from.
So it's going to be at midfield.
Unbelievable.
2:05 to go.
Delone coaches are not happy. I can tell you that. I talked to them about the personal foul. They are not happy.
Noel out of the shotgun. Pitches to Niederer. He's looking for the left end, and he is out of He is out of bounds, right?
No, they kept the clock running.
Gain of a yard. Squires will take their last timeout.
The big thing is there's no flag coming from the sideline. Squires use their last timeout, so they have to make something happen quick here and then get an onside kick. You know, if they get down there in decent range, they could always kick the field goal and then try for the onside kick with that. But it's been a very, very tough night for the Squires and the penalties.
We've talked about it all year. Justin Emmy has been a weapon. I mean, I can't imagine the kind of pressure.
Anything with this rain coming down.
Yeah.
Just getting the snaps a chore now.
He has been perfect this year with the exception of that one extra point he drilled the upright on against Fairfield.
Yeah. Squires have trips over here to this side.
Noel still in shotgun, rolling out to his right. Throws, he's got that's pass interference.
There's no interference on that. Oh my God, they gotta be. That is just.
He still almost came down with it, but
I'm done talking about the refs. The Delone sideline is livid. Livid. He ran right into him before the ball got there. Obviously, everybody that was even watching this game, and there's no flag. Unbelievable.
3rd down and long now from the Steel High 49. Noel under pressure, throws complete to Tate Niederer at the back stick, and it's fumbled. They ripped it out. I think the guy on this bottom of the pile on this side for the Squires had it. 22 O'Brien.
I think they're going to give it to Steel High.
I thought O'Brien had it, but Steel High's got it, and that's going to do it.
Yeah, no timeouts, 2 needs, and it's over here. So the story of this night is the penalties and the Delone Squires kept them from getting anything going. It's going to end up 23-13.
The Rollers will end up with their 13th district championship to move into a tie for 3rd place with Cumberland Valley.
And the Delone coaches are livid. They are livid.
.136 to go.
Everything that was called from that sideline and then that pass interference was not called over here. Just
there's a knee.
And that's, 2 knees and they're done because it's a 40-second clock now. So very fun bringing you the games in DCBN. We'll try to be back. I'm sure if you follow social media, they'll know what's next here for DCBN.
Keep an eye out. I mean, I know the executive director of the PIAA said the other day that he was cautiously optimistic for winter season starting on time. So we've typically brought basketball and wrestling, and we'll have that. We have the Delone Catholic School Masses weekly. Check that out. We'll have any other programming that is of interest. We'll bring that to you. Another knee for Steel High, and it's going to take one more to do it here.
Delone dejected. They had a great year, held Steel High here to 23 points. You would think that would be enough, but not to be tonight. Good luck to Steel High the rest of the way.
They'll have
they get the home game next week.
They'll have the winner of Canton and Muncie next week at War Veterans Memorial Field. And that'll do it. Steel High takes the last knee, sets the clock in motion, and they will take the 2020 Class 1A championship in District 3. Congratulations to them. They moved to 6-0 on the year. Squires fall to 6-1. You know, pretty amazing for a season that 2 months ago nobody knew if it would get played at all or if we'd get through one game.
Yeah,
2 games.
2020 has been that way. Good luck the rest of the way to the Roars. Like you said, they get a big home game next week. So hopefully everybody stays healthy and that game can happen.
For sure, because, man, weird things happen. And we saw it, I mean, hours after the brackets were set. Harrisburg had a positive case, and they had to forfeit to.
Yeah, that's very tough for them guys.
That's hard.
I really feel sorry for those kids. They didn't get a chance to parade on the field.
Yeah. Well, not just, Harrisburg, but the fact that, had that happened 6 hours earlier,
yeah,
the Wilson Bulldogs could have ended up in the, and they'd have gotten a chance to play. Yeah. But as it is, tough things happening in 2020.
So Delone, the Squires, great season, 6-1. End up with a silver medal here tonight. Steel High will deserve the gold. They get it. And good luck for them the rest of the way. We'll be back here. I think we have a junior high game coming up out here.
What's next? Wednesday, junior high football.
Wednesday night we got junior high football. I'll be here for that. And then Mass on Thursday.
Really just want to thank George, even though he couldn't be here, he did the heavy lifting to get us to the districts. And Tony, a big thanks to you, Bill, and Danny Smith for all the technical work, and Michelle Legacy from our IT department, who went above and beyond to make sure that we had some of the technical bugs worked out here. It's not been an easy year from that standpoint, and the fact that we've been able to be on. Just want to thank everybody that's watched, that's been with us this season. It's been a lot of fun to bring it to you, and we're going to keep things going during the 2020-21 school year, and hopefully things look semi-normal, and we'll be back here in August next year from JT Flaherty Field for varsity football.
Yeah, I think because of the weather, we're not going to do the medal ceremony in the field. I think everybody's just going to go here. But it's still raining pretty good.
So they did present the trophy to Steelton-Highspire, their 13th District 3 championship.
Good luck, Steelton, next week.
And
bring it home to District 3.
That'll be the final tonight. Steelton-Highspire 23, Delone Catholic 13 in the 2020 PIAA District 3 M&T Bank Class 1A Football Championship. Thanks to everybody who was here to watch, came along for the ride with us. Thanks to everybody here on the staff at DCBN. Have a great weekend, everybody.